always just cringe worrying that the audio is not audible like the music. But I think you can hear the music. Vigilante Williamson here on the 44th episode of my show, the Vigilante Williamson Show. It is April 20th, Tuesday. April 20th, 420 if that's your thing. Hope you're having a happy 420 if that, again, is your thing. I'm not sure if it is. If it's not, I just still hope you're having a really good day. I'm going super early today. Usually these shows are like, 6 or 7 or 8 or something. But I'm going to be on Clobber and Time's channel at 8. And then I have a lot of stuff going on. I'm going to be on Street Smarts. Tomorrow, the second season opener. I mistakenly said first season. I don't know why I said that. I'll tweet and delete that. And then I obviously got the Culture Crime Fighters. As the sunlight comes and ruins the shot. That's also tomorrow. And then, of course, I plan on doing whatever Wednesday. So I have 3 streams planned on tomorrow and another one planned today. But I decided to start early. I actually had today off. I have something I'm doing tomorrow morning. It's going to be pretty important. I've been doing a lot of prep for that. I don't want to really mention it because I don't want to, an interest in doxing myself. But I decided to go early, not only because I was off, but super early, even earlier than I planned because this is set for 4:35. Because I was just happened to be on, preparing the show, and I saw that the Derek Chauvin verdict will be read, and while this show is on, it'll be read in the next 20 to 40 minutes or so, depending on how long it takes them. Where's my water? Yeah, I'm gonna do my water. Yeah, I hope this water is still cool. It doesn't feel. I don't know what happened to my water. I probably drank it. But anyways, the Derek Chauvin trial is ending. I have not paid any attention to that thing. All of this is a psyop, one way or another. I honestly, my very, very initial reaction to what happened with George Floyd is the one I should have kept. I got knocked off of my thoughts, so to speak, because my first thoughts was this whole thing is fake. I probably shouldn't say that on YouTube. I'm not allowed to think. I'm not trying to be Alex Jones. I can't say that name either. Censorship. But I just lost somebody. That is what it is. But that this whole thing is something by design to cause division. Even if the events weren't. Maybe the events absolutely did happen and were absolutely genuine events in which there were no outside interference. If you remember last year, there was the Ahmaud Arbery situation, and they wanted to make that an issue. And then Breonna Taylor the first time, because Breonna Taylor happened well before George Floyd, a couple months. And that story came and went initially. It wasn't until after the George Floyd incident that Breonna Taylor's that situation picked up traction. Right. And I said I wasn't going to talk about it. I'm really not going to talk about the specifics. I don't know what the hell the verdict is going to be. And honestly, I don't care because it should be treated as a psyop. Hail brightest day. Appreciate you being here, man. You're the first one here. Still, again, started a little early. I'll let people kind of come in as I'll give my little initial thoughts. And it does kind of tie in. The name of this show is it's time to move on. It's time to move on from giving away your mood to other people and letting the media destroy what you think. Yeah, I think riot season will start early this year. Beating me to the punch by going live. Yeah, I went live because I realized that damn verdict was going to get read. So my question to all of you and anyone who watches this on playback, shout out to you because I know I get a lot of playbacks. I know I also have a lot of new people who may have followed me over from either Comics Division or Gary's member stream. He put it on Nerdrotic Live, and I know a few people have subbed. My question to you is, why do you care about this? And I'm not just saying, I know a lot of people have been like me, they've avoided it. But there's, a lot of people have a vested interest in the outcome of this trial. And my answer is legitimately why. And to answer that rhetorical question myself is because you were told to. You were told one way or another. That let's say what they told the conservatives. Well, it was fentanyl in George Floyd's system and all this, and they keep talking about the riots. We talked about the riots that are choreographed, by the way. They are funded. That's why there are U-Hauls. That's why there are bricks that appear at certain places. This is choreographed. That's why I have to go from the PSYOP perspective. Like what has happened to where it wouldn't be a PSYOP? But back to my question, they told all the conservatives, this is how you're supposed to think about this. You're supposed to want Chauvin to get off because, there was fentanyl in the system and the evidence and the riots and, George Floyd bad, fentanyl, he was a robber. This is what you're told. And of course, we know the narrative, the mainstream media, George Floyd's this martyr for racial justice, evil white people, all kinds of bastards. Both, instead of, you're not really allowed to be apathetic, right? You're supposed to pick a side. You're supposed to have an opinion of this, of something you have no impact on. Something that we already are predicting riots, right? It should be treated as a PSYOP. Why wouldn't you treat it as a PSYOP? Why wouldn't you treat it as a work or as fake, as fiction? Because it doesn't, everything is so choreographed, it might as well be. Every element, every thing to what opinions you're supposed to have. What two opinions you're supposed to have. You're not supposed to have anything nuanced. You're not supposed to look at all the media that's encouraging division, that's used this story to warrant just some insane shit over the past year. Insane shit. They've used this story, this incident, to just allow so much racial, political, and overall division of the human condition, not just the United States, of the entire world. It needs to be treated like a side. And Rajesh says, yeah, I care because Maxine Waters told me to care. And there's just truth to that. Maxine Waters. A lot of the established, whatever they are, the Democrats, the Democrats and the Republicans, a lot of Democrats are inciting violence. I talked about Christian Sawant last year. She's on the evil white food list because she fucking incited insurrection and was one of the main reasons we had that chop last year, which again came off of this George Floyd incident. Everything this past year has came off the George Floyd incident. And if you just joined, remember, Ahmaud Arbery happened before that, and Breonna Taylor, which didn't get traction until after George Floyd was killed, happened before that. They were trying to create some sort of racial division. They were going to make a story to cause racial division last year, and of course it was this one. So what you guys have to say before I go too much? This point is more about community or circle of people who I've come to know as friends, sharing those older running comics, shows, movies, and love or one another. Exactly. And we're going to get to that. That's why it's time to move on, because for this channel, we will be focusing more on older shows, older movies. I just saw, Fireball talked about From Dusk to Dawn on his MF for Mondays, because we're doing a stream on it. I'm not sure when. Just saw that, and that fucking that movie more than holds up. So yeah, we'll get into why in this channel. I want to talk a little bit more on this channel. It's because you're stunning and brave. To me, it's going to be the first huge televised indicator rather the justice system will start kneeling to the whim of violent mobs in public. It's choreographed though. This shouldn't be the first indicator. The election was the first indicator, sir. The selection was. So this shouldn't be the first indicator. That's already been decided. The big six networks are owned by billionaires, Wall Street. Most things have been scripted for years. Yeah. Hell Brew the Morningwood, lurking and maybe working. He doesn't have to work. It was one PSYOP. It's time for the state governors to do what they need. Yeah. Thank you, Gomer Kyle. Waiting for your blue check mark. Good luck. Might be a tragedy to be sure, but try and place it at the feet of one man to placate the mass. This is not the way to solve the problem. I agree with that. Florida's 3-time overdose on fentanyl. Again, well, why do we care? Why do any of us care about this? We know riots are gonna. We have Jens. This is all wrestling. This is all work. All of it's a work. I probably shouldn't say this on this platform, but it is. It's a fucking work. It's a choreographed effort to divide the human race. That's what it is. That's what it has been for a year. Just leaving it here, waiting for news about Syria. I don't even know. Who knows what I can say on this fucking platform. This whole thing's a work. And I don't give a shit what happens. Because I know that I can't control everything. We care because we want to make it better for the next generation. That's fair. But our interest is not going to. Because you are not on trial yet. Yet. And that's what you need to worry about when you get on trial. When I get on trial. When they start putting people in the gulags, it's funny. The gulags are not going to be diverse. Maybe they'll break them down by race. I don't know what they're going to do. But yeah, divide and conquer works. At some point, you, the individual, needs to realize, wait. They're using this trial for me. They're trying to trigger me to have emotions, right? That's why they do. Oh, Jesus, my dog. That's why they do the stop Asian hate shit, which I'm going to kind of transition to. The stop Asian hate shit is supposed to do two things. One, China's involved. China, thanks to the international bankers, they've chosen them. That's why we're going to have a social credit score. That's why for the past few decades, China has infiltrated our education system and our entertainment system. That's why even the title, and I'll probably show the trailer. I actually like the trailer. Shang Chi. That's a propaganda machine for China. That's why Disney can film a movie, do a concentration camp, and have no issue. That's why Nike can have slave labor, have no issue. China. That's why this divide and conquer shit is happening. China. That's why you have LGBTQ stuff pushed down your throat when they're making their kids more masculine. So as an individual, when it's Derek Chauvin, whether they say guilty or not guilty, I don't know. And again, I don't care because I know it's a psyop. I know it's a psyop. But when they read it, whichever one, whether they're trying to get more riots and they're going to make them not guilty and then it blow everything up and then have all Maxine Waters and all the BLM billionaires talk shit about how racist America is, or they're going to make it not guilty and still riot and burn shit and still talk about how racist it is. Whatever it is that you can't be triggered by it. We're going to get some other stuff just in the entertainment things that we shouldn't have been triggered by. Because it's time to start no selling this shit. That's a wrestling reference. If you remember Hulk Hogan, he's hulking up and somebody's hitting him and it doesn't impact him. That's a no sell. You're like, nah. Because this is a psyop to make sure you hate your neighbor so you don't circle back and go against the real issue, which is the elites. We'll just say the elites. The elite. The elite. Yeah. If it wouldn't have been Floyd, it'd have been another guy. They don't want normalcy. They want this chaos. They forget people like me and you are true agents of chaos. Yeah. You're right, Vigilante. It's all about starting a race, right, divide and conquer. Yeah, that's what this is about. You should check out Alex Belfield on YouTube, former BBC radio presenter, wrongly arrested 5 times, raided 3 times, all without a warrant. Last arrest was a bomb against the BBC. Yeah. I'm not shocked. This is V for Vendetta, man. It's like, okay, man, what they show is the enemy's not Derek Chauvin, is not George Floyd. I'm not sure which side the listeners are. The enemy is the state. The enemy is the state. The enemy is the media, which is a member of the state, and the big tech, which is a member of the state. Shit, big tech is the state now. Those are the enemies. The enemies are the people who can decide what you have to think, decide your frame, decide your talking points. And it's time to start no selling that shit. Because you're the person with power. There's a reason they go through all this shit. They're frightened. They're scared of me. They're scared of you. They're scared of anybody who sees this shit, who says, you know what, fuck you. I don't give a fuck. You know what, fuck you. We're gonna build our own shit. When it comes to this media, you know what? Fuck you. All of this shit is fake news. Fuck Derek Chauvin, and I'm gonna say something else. And I see my man Barricade Rock said, "Fuck George Floyd. Fuck them all. Fuck them all." And that may hurt and trigger. Oh, I'm supposed to let these motherfuckers ruin my life, ruin the life of my friends. I'm supposed to just keep feeding into this shit. Fuck that. Fuck that. Nobody has time for that shit. We gotta live our fucking lives. That's what this entertainment shit, this channel. I realized, man, do I really want to complain about woke shit all the damn time? Fuck these motherfuckers. I want to talk about the good shit that happened because there's no guarantee. We should be blessed that we got good shit. We should appreciate the freedoms we have now, and no matter what the fucking psyop is supposed to determine, we got to no sell it. I already saw that. Innocent or guilty, that officer's gonna go into protective custody and move far away. The media's been showing his face all over. Not only that, the jurors will too. I've been watching the bits and pieces, SJW channels. They say the same crap about us that we do only without the credibility. They just need to wake up. Good. You're a stronger man than me, Gomer Kyle. His channel's blowing up. People here in the UK are shocked at the behavior of BBC, Ministry of Propaganda, and the police. Wow. I'm going to check it out. Always been FTW model, so I'm not carrying. It's all program. Assuming you're saying fuck the world, not for the win as it's become in the modern era. Real quick, you know what? Before I go too far, I want to mention a super chat that I got. As the Brave and the Bold, I don't know if it was toward the end or ended. Mexican Iron Man sent the super chat that day. I don't know if you're watching now, Mexican Iron Man. I appreciate the $10 super chat. He's the glue of this community, and that's also something important. This community, I love this community. Quick check in for my next tax appointment. Good luck with that. Hail from the West Coast, and shout out to you, sir, and to my bro 24/7 who was on the panel. So shout out to both 24/7 and Mexican Iron Man. If you want to send a super chat, the bot should be going, or the pin message. Feel free to send a super chat. We're not going to let YouTube determine whether I'm not monetized. You guys have said, you know what, you're monetized now. I don't need the sub counts and all the shit. You guys have decided I'm monetized, so I'm monetized, and I appreciate it. But yeah, fuck the world. And the ultimate minority is the individual, and that's what this has all been, an attack on the individual. I'm not saying I'm sure I saw some people leave, so some people probably were like, maybe I got a pearl clutch or two. That's fine. That's fine. Most of the woke stuff going on in popular culture is to diverse away from the Green New Deal. Absolutely. There have been more wind turbines in England. Electricity bills could go $4 to $6K, quid at $7 to $8K. And US pesos, yeah, that's a lot. And there's another thing. There is an effort to take and make sure you have less of your own money. We already have the taxes. They're only going to get worse. They want to raise taxes. Tax the rich, eat the rich. It's going to eat everybody. They want neo-feudalism. So the only way to feed yourself is to work for one of the few corporations allowed to exist. That's really the end game. And you'll be classified as you're in the white man. You go in the white male corner. You're a black trans woman of color. You go in that corner. And everything is made to make sure you think that the other group has more than you. Everything. I talked about the Stop Asian Hate, and actually I transitioned because I'm kind of done with the Chauvin shit. It's all psyop. Don't fuck with it, But Stop Asian Hate, that what that's for? It's like I said, two things. One, because most of the perpetrators, let's be honest, they're black. So you can have more reasons to hate black people if you're not black. See, they're getting special privileges. They're allowed to do this, that, and the third. And the real reason, so you can't criticize the CCP. Because that's Asian hate. And I'll prove it with this comic panel. And we'll talk a little bit more about the artist in a second. But this is a comic panel. Shout out to Sweetcast. The very first person to ever have me on a live stream is Sweetcast, to answer that trivia question. I still am a mod. I just don't do it. He doesn't do many live streams, and I'm not there. But look at this. This is some comic by Josh Luna, and I'll get into this comic artist because he has an interesting story. But look at this shirt. It's I hate Asians, but free Hong Kong. What? Well, remember, if you're against the Chinese government, apparently you're against China. Like, why would you want Hong Kong to be free if you're ready to stab this Asian couple just because they have they've given you the kung flu? Remember, and then look at this. In Trump, we trust, because this is what they think of all. This is they got Larry the Cable Guy looking guy with a MAGA hat and a Trump we trust. This is this like fear-mongered white person. But this is a shared belief. And again, the key of all this shit, all the little garbage, is and of course there's some anti-Christian stuff. Even though the T is for Tammuz, the cross is not. the cross does not represent the Christ of the Bible, but that's neither here nor there. And we're not supposed to have symbols, even if it did. But anyways, it's the Free Hong Kong. It makes no sense. It's paradoxical. But the reason the Stop Asian Hate hashtag is a thing is to eventually lead to you not being able to criticize the CCP lest you be considered racist. Don't criticize this genocide with the Uyghur Muslims, you racist bigot. That's the end game of the Stop Asian Hate. Oh, again, if black people do it, it's because of white supremacy. So make sure, so you can increase. It's to increase the Stop Asian Hate. It's just like why Philip Morris runs those truth ads and shit, right? About how tobacco is bad, but they're ran by Philip Morris. It's really to increase Asian hate and increase hate between races. It's again more divide and conquer. That's what the core of this shit is. That's what the real core of this shit is. Let's see what you guys are saying. Wind is intermittent. No wind, too much wind. Iced up, they won't work. Yeah. Hello, humans and other critics. Hello, Snorter Poopus Cuber. Hello. We're just evil. Oh, man. I didn't know that. You're 100% right. They're using the Sunrise Organization. Yep, the Sunrise Organization. I mean, AOC was Skyping with the leaders. She was telling them, you did just the way we trained. Yep. It's all PSYOP. Hate the CCP, but love Chinese food. I need this shirt. I don't know if that shirt. It's Asian hate. Got to stop Asian hate, Snorter Poopers. I don't really want to see this panel anymore. Go back to it. But yeah, the whole reason to stop Asian hate thing is a thing, so you can't criticize the CCP. Everything has an end game. This whole Derek Chauvin things cause more division, so they can normalize the potential abolishment of cops in certain areas, and then we'll have private police replace those cops. This is what happens to a brain if it's fed a vegan diet. I don't know if it's vegans, but I wanted to get into the artists that create that panel before we go too far. I know I may be a little all over the place. Because he had another comic. This guy, Josh Luna. He's a Filipino artist. And it's a very weird one because it's like, it goes to kind of show how there are differing thoughts. Where I know a lot of us are sick of the woke protagonist where you just make a protagonist a different color, race, or gender or sexual preference. But according to him, that's not what he wants to create original protagonists, and he's not allowed. This is what he thinks is a white male. Really, the first panel is the only thing relevant. He says, I want to create stories for Filipino American and other ASAM protagonists. Asian American, I guess. Sorry, bro, but Asians don't sell in the market. If you want to make money, you have a career, we need to depict white protagonists. This is what he said. This is what he says the market is telling him as a leftist creator. Now, we know that the opposite is true, that everything has to be woke, no white men allowed. But in his head, this is what he's hearing. And it's interesting because he's not just full of shit. He literally had a book for images a couple years ago. It was woke. It was that sort of stuff. But they started publishing it and it pulled from the market. And I thought that was an interesting story. I saw that fucking comic script and I thought it was bullshit, but then I read into it. And I'm like, that's fucking insane. Even though I disagree with this I'm not even call asshole. I don't know the guy. I thought it was weird that his comic got pulled in this woke climate. And it's kind of, again, you're supposed to think that the other side is so advantaged. This is a leftist Asian guy who got his comic pulled because it was too woke a few years ago. And again, in the past few years, comics have been one of the wokest places on earth. I just think that's an interesting thing. I don't really have more comments on it than that. And that the guys, like I said, I don't really agree with the guy's politics, but it just goes to show, while you're thinking that, hey, everything's going woke, all you have to do is know somebody and say you hate white people and you'll get a job. On the other end, there are people who are super woke, and again, nonsensical, and I don't agree with them, and in some cases just all wrong, but they're not getting their stuff published. And again, that's the divide and conquer. That's my That's my whole thing. And yeah, Stoner Poopus is right. Woker than thou is a thing. Oh, the whole thing stops when social media is held accountable. I agree with that. Especially the Susan Wojcicki getting her own fucking whatever the fuck it was free speech award. And she said, this is a platform. It's not a platform. It's a publisher. YouTube is a publisher. Twitter is a publisher. Facebook is a publisher. They behave like publishers. They decide what information is viable. They are publishers. They can literally, you can use a fact that is statistically proven in BD platform. When that happens, you're no longer a platform. You're a publisher. I shouldn't say deplatformed, depublished. And social media has no accountability for the algorithms that push content a certain way. They have no accountability for that. And yeah, it will not stop until then. I've seen people say, well, they need to be censored because we don't believe in this shit. I'm like, y'all just really, y'all just keep proving Gina right, shaking my head. Well, what if I said you guys need to be censored? I'm sick of the racist shit that you guys normalize. This really bigoted shit. Really bigoted shit. I'm sick of that shit being normalized. I think I should be able to censor that, but I can't. Be right back. Okay, go Kyle. We waiting. I'm hungry right now. Just ate a steer. Okay, I'm glad Snow the Poopers is well fed. I think comments are being used to placate a percentage of Antifa now. Colleges are done, and between riots. You know what? Comics have been a testing ground for a lot of wokeness and a lot of things they've been doing. And you guys, you know what? As much as I don't want to talk about it, did you guys want to show the Chauvin thing? I'm leaving it up to you guys. You guys are the host of this show. This is your show. I just talk shit on it. You're the ones who keep the bills paid, and maybe I should go off camera with this damn light. I really do need to get a fucking curtain. I actually do have curtains. I just don't feel like I'm up being a lazy bum. But yeah, if you guys want me to show the Chauvin thing, I will. And if not, I won't. Just checking D Live. I don't see anyone on D Live. And I know it's earlier, so I don't see a lot of faces. Actually kind of a thin crowd, but that's fine. I appreciate everyone being here. Part of it, I didn't do a show last week, and I'm going to have to kind of rebuild some steam and some traction. And, next few weeks, there's going to be a lot more content in general for me. But let me know if you want me to talk about or show the Chauvin thing when it comes up. Just, I guess keep that in mind in the chat. So that's pretty much it for intros. Just wanted to talk about the divide and conquer thing. And shining so bright like your future. We'll see my future's bright. One can only hope. Okay. I want to talk about shoes. You see the Bapester. It's above my head. Sometimes you can't see it. And I want to talk about, hey, it's 420, right? Everyone enjoys, well, a lot of people can enjoy a little smoke. So this is Towley. You remember Towley from the fucking South Park? He has these shoes. Look at that. If you go in sunlight too much, he gets it all baked. These retail $100. We're on StockX. They ain't $100 on StockX. They're between 300 and 550. And in my size, we're size 12, maybe 12 and a half, $500 shoes. These $100 retail, $569 if I need the half size. Retail at $100, already sold out today. You must think, this shoe is really popular. No. I mean, it is, but that's not why it's sold out. Sold out because shoe companies intentionally limit their stock for StockX so they can up the price. And it's become so normalized, StockX even exists. This is also something that happened to the video cards, even though crypto has a lot to do with that, and that's not going so well for me who's been invested in it, but whatever. Well, I bring all this up, this fact that Adidas decided to limit stock of this shoe, and this is, again, completely normal. It's normal as breathing air. This is the whole website. It's filled with shoes that are hundreds and sometimes thousands of dollars above retail because of the false a rarity. And why is that relevant? Because Vanessa Bryant, the widow of Kobe Bryant, is ending her relationship with Nike for this very reason. She's tired of Kobe Bryant's shoes being limited in stock on purpose for this whole price gouging thing that they do, and they've normalized in the shoe industry. Nike hinted at a contentious breakup, Vanessa Bryant hinted at a contentious breakup with Nike in a statement following news that Kobe Bryant's estate chose not to renew its partnership with the brand. Kobe's Nike contract expired on 4/13/21. Vanessa, widow of the Lakers legend, said, who died, we know what happened with Kobe. Later in her statement, Vanessa leaves Kobe Bryant's estate. And I was hoping to forge a lifelong partnership with Nike that reflects my husband's legacy. We'll always do everything we can to honor Kobe and Gigi's legacy. That will never change. Sources told the outlet. Ooh, sorry about that. I don't know what the hell that was. Sources told the outlet that the estate was discouraged with Nike after a lack of products after his retirement and death, including a lack of sneakers and kid sizes. Vanessa had previously vented about the lack of the Kobe 6 Pro Toe Grinch, which was released on Christmas Eve and immediately sold out an Instagram post last year. On December 23rd, she shared a message to her Instagram stories, letting fans know that she had reached out to Nike to come up with a plan to make the shoes more widely available. Sources told ESPN the contract renewal offered to the state was not up to the standards set by the lifetime deals of Michael Jordan and LeBron James. Kobe initially signed with Nike in 2003. Actually, started off with Adidas, the aforementioned Adidas. I remember those shoes were pretty cool as well. And later negotiated a 5-year post-retirement deal following his NBA game, final NBA game, April 13th, 2016. It's unclear what the Lakers Legends estate would do. See, I don't know where they're going, but I just thought that was a very interesting story. The fact that this is a normal practice in the freaking shoe industry, and the fact that no one has stood up for this against this practice for decades until now, and it comes from kind of a wholesome reason. It's her, say what you will about her, Kobe, feel how you will. But it is her husband and her daughter. It is something she wants everybody. You may say it's money, whatever, and I'm sure money has a thing to do with it. But then again, she probably gets kickbacks once they charge $1 trillion for the shoes too. In any event, she wants anyone who wants a pair to get a pair, which sounds insane that's a big deal. That's a big deal. Oh, Rajesh, how many times do you recommend streaming a week to grow a YouTube? I don't know. I'm still trying to figure the answer to that question. I would say do more videos. Make sure you balance. That's what one thing I need to do more is more videos. With me, I know you stream with Jake D, and I've streamed with a bunch of people, and that's how I grew my audience, was streaming with people, streaming with other people. But I've come to the point where I'm at the ceiling of that form of growth, and I'm looking at people who've grown by having original content and having videos. Bright as Day on this channel, a lot of you may be in the chat still. He's doing the shorts, and I'm going to start back doing the shorts and trying to make sure regular content, so as often as you can. And I would say bare minimum once a week, if not 2 to 3 times a week. But stream and do content and do clips, which I don't do, but I gotta do more of that. So I'm still trying to figure out the answer to that question, but as often as you can is the answer. I don't or did agree with you. They can be racist towards you because white, black, you don't have right thing. Show their color. Oh yeah. People come on Matrix channel and call them racial slurs. Yeah, and then yesterday, if you were in yelling at parked cars, and maybe the guy subbed, I'm not sure. Guy kept using color, and I was like, "What the fuck?" And nobody really said anything. Shout out to Toxic Man Flu. He was ready to kick him, but nobody really said anything. So I was like, "Okay, all right." Yeah, those cost more than my feet. Yeah, these shoes are insane. See, the light looks okay. It's not causing more major glaze. Yeah, only one left. Buy now. Yep, false scarcity. They wouldn't sell in England because we're not allowed out. That sucks. Or Ontario, Canada. They're not allowed out there. Yeah, not sure it was the craziest UK or Ontario. Which sucks. I grew up in Michigan, but I went to Ontario a lot as a kid, and it just sucks that it's fucked up. Messed up bullcrap. I don't like to see my friends called racial horseshit by the fake SJWs. If I was in the same room when I see these words, yeah, I know where you're going with that. It is bullshit, man. It is bullshit, but there's a lot of racial division. Definitely UK would just go along with anything. Everybody does. Western civilization's already been broken, man. This past year proved that. We've already been broken. Don't buy them. They only get high prices because people pay. It's like the special edition of a film and album. Yeah, that's a very good comp. It is a lot of like special editions of a film, and people pay. People gladly pay. That's the problem. People have to stop paying. Start doing videos and streaming this weekend. That would be a good start. Cool. You know what, Rajesh? Put your channel in the. I know you're a mod. Put your channel in the chat so we can all sub. Let's get Rajesh's subs up. Just an interesting story. Again, these corporations are evil. Nike is an evil company. That's why they did it. They're very evil. That's why they use slave labor. They're evil. All of these companies are evil and they hate you. Always remember that. Always remember that. And actually, let me go off camera real quick because I'm about to. I'm gonna play the Shang Chi trailer as I sit in the sun. Cause you know what? As even though I'm gonna criticize the actor, I call them actors. Did not mean that. I seriously didn't. The trailer was actually cool, but there's still a lot to talk about with this, and why again we need to move on. In general, there has to be a moving on. We have to move on from the politic game, from just being triggered at everything woke that comes our way. We have to move on from Marvel. We have to move on from Disney. We have to move on. We're waiting for the link, Rajesh. If you got a link to your channel, please put it in because you are a mod. You can go ahead and put it in the chat. So I'm gonna tell me if you guys can hear this once this goes playing. But if you haven't seen the Shang Chi trailer, I did see it, and I'm a fan. But let's react to it now. Let me grab my headphones. Alrighty, let's do this. Oh, real quick, what was it just saying? Oh, interview Harry Windsor before he flies back. Wonder if he's getting bitch slapped. Oh, talk about Harry. Yeah. If you could pull off that interview with Josh, I think you would get a lot of subs really quickly. Shang-Chi looks like it has some masculine. Yeah, it does. Let's get into it. Masculine action, yeah.
I gave you 10 years to live your life. You see me rise. And where did that get you? You walked in my shadow.
Yeah. The action looks pretty cool in this shit.
I trained you. So the most dangerous people in the world come kill you. Son, it's time for you to take your place by my side. You better watch out, 'cause it's my time. That's not going to happen. It's a new era, you're second alive.
Yeah, now it's showing some of the fights.
You can't outrun who you really are.
Yeah. I know I'm not really talking much, but I'm not really good at reacting to trailers. Oof. There you go.
Who are you?
It looks kind of interesting. I'm not gonna lie. Shang-Chi.
Hold on, everybody!
Ooh.
We make a good team.
Got a little Marvel bit. A little bit of cringe. pause it so it doesn't go to the next thing. So yeah, the Shang-Chi, I'll be honest, it looks interesting. And if it is going to be interesting to me, it's got to not be a Marvel movie, man. So you guys could hear the sound. Thank God. It was awkward if you didn't. It's got to not be a Marvel movie. It's got to not be cheesy. That last little, we make a good team, right? It's like, oh, God. Gotta have my Marvel comedy. That's not really that funny. Just speak. Remember the 90s. Look how clever we all are. A little bit of fun. No. As Gomer Kyle mentions, we have a hard rated R kung fu movie coming out called Mortal Kombat. So I'm good. Honestly, I think this genre may have a resurgence. As Yen said, some masculine looking action fights, some cool looking action fights. The ginger bitch. Oh. Sound okay? I can hear it. There we go, Rajesh. There we go. Please sell to Rajesh. Let me make sure I sell to Rajesh. Please sell to my man Rajesh Taylor. Please sell to Rajesh. Let me go ahead and make sure I do. To go. Goodness, man. It's one of the lowest numbers, like 7 people. Please, I love you guys. Maybe everyone is watching the damn Chauvin thing. Because it's weird because usually I have more than 7 people watching. So I have to rebuild. So you're at 40. I just subbed. So please sub to my man Rajesh Taylor, photographer. Has a few videos. There's one from 12 years ago that's 33K. So Rajesh, you already have videos with more views than I've ever gotten, Rajesh. Oh man, this is a video of the Prodigy. Rest in peace. I know that one of the members passed a couple years ago. So please sub to my man Rajesh. And I'll talk a little bit more about Shang-Chi. Looks like I was already subbed. Apparently I sneak out and do things without telling me. Okay. Well, I don't know what Storm Poop is. I don't know if you're like the Winter Soldier. You have a totally different program personality by the Illuminati. Gary was saying that this guy is supposed to be Bruce Lee model. To be Bruce Lee model, ass said, yeah, looks like Bruce Lee's pie eating brother. He looks fine. He's fine. Please join me as I reclaim my country, Great Britain, against the billionaire donor class this summer. Yes, please join Rajesh. We got subs. There we go. Thank you, Gomer. I hope the Great Awakening will be fun to watch. There we go. Get the movie credit. Looks like good martial arts. That's what I'm so good. Yeah, good, not food. Looks like good martial arts, at least. Yeah, it really does. There's some fights in it against. They have fights again, women in it, so they make it that woman can fight anyone like they can kick ass. Yes. Oh man, the Prodigy live near me. Essex boys, really quiet, sleepy area. Shout out to the Prodigy. Well, yeah. Speak to marry those 2 comments. You won't be allowed to smack your bitch up because we all know women are stronger. Women can beat any man in a fight if they're trained. We know this. At least that's what Hollywood's told us. So yeah, there will be that, and we talked about this is propaganda for China. Make no mistake. Unfortunately, I hate this because it looks good. I do kind of want to see it, man. But if it is going to be good, man, another Marvel movie, I think that Marvel formula is just. We can talk about the wokeness all we want. It's just tired and not even used well. Everybody, the problem is they thought every character was Tony Stark. To me, Marvel was at its best when you could have a Winter Soldier and a Guardians of the Galaxy be a part of the same universe. And I didn't like Guardians. I know everyone else did. I didn't like it. But it was diverse. The actual diversity in genre. Diversity in genre. I think the less Marvel that movie is, the better. It's the sun. I can't walk on sunshine with you guys. But the less diverse, or not the less diverse. I'm an istophobe. The less Marvel it is, the less silly, the less campy, the less, you know what I mean? The less that is, the better. And yeah, I'm Marveled out too, Rajesh. I think a lot of us are. So it's all about the Vigilante Williamson universe. I guess you're a spinoff of the Vigilante Williamson universe. Same with Brightest Day, Fimmer. Yeah. That's all about the VW universe. I appreciate that. Let's make the Vigilante Williamson verse great again. Let's do that. Let's do that. Great in the first place. But we're not done with Shang-Chi. Like I said, I actually find the movie interesting. I don't want another Marvel movie. I don't want it to be super marveled out. But I do want to see the movie. I think it's an interesting concept. I like seeing fight scenes. I'm really cool for a dumb action movie. And if it can be a cool little dumb action movie with good fight scenes, good for fight choreography, I'm in. Hell after Perion. You out on the center line, Rajesh. Yeah. I've never been much into martial arts movies, even the good ones. I guess that makes me racist against Asians. It might. Who knows? I don't. Are you racist for liking them or not liking them? Which one is more racist? And you know, I said I guess nobody wants to show one thing. I'm cool with that because I don't want to talk about it either. We are going to talk about Shang-Chi a little bit more, and it's actually made link a little bit into the whole fucking thing. The whole because Yellow Flash is having some issues with a Nicki Minaj fan Twitter. And Shang-Chi actor Simu Liu, and I'm probably mispronouncing the brother's name, I apologize. He deletes a tweet making fun of Nicki Minaj. Shang-Chi actor Simu Liu deleted his tweet making fun of singer Nicki Minaj after a number of users took issue with the tweet following the release of Marvel's first Shang-Chi trailer. The tweet, which Liu wrote in November 2012, read, "I thought I was at a Nicki Minaj concert for 20 minutes before I realized I was just watching a homeless man yell at a pigeon." Why did he have to delete this tweet? Like, why did he have to delete this tweet? Because that's what he did. This, and then the response, this is his own response because this guy is woke. Liu would address the tweet on April 19th. He posted, "Well, this was a highly dumb tweet. Looks like a 23-year-old trying to sound clever." Wait. You're saying you're dumb for having an opinion that you didn't like Nicki Minaj's music? Explain. Break this down to me. If the chat can understand what the issue is with him not liking Nicki Minaj's music, please break this shit down to me like I'm a 5-year-old because I am lost. Oh, 12 minutes, 420, love. Okay, enjoy your 420, bro. Enjoy your 420. And yeah, it is best to stay out of cities right now. It's best to stay out of cities permanently, man. Cities are gonna have to die. Snorter Poop was cute, bro. Would you date a panda? I think he would. But why did Liu have to delete this tweet? That's never explained. He said, it's not like he said anything offensive. He didn't mention, I don't know if that's a race thing because you can't criticize any black people. I don't know what the issue is, why this tweet needed to be deleted. But apparently he thought it was a dumb 23-year-old trying to sound clever, and he deleted it. He deleted it after pushback. Instead of just saying, I didn't like her music, and that was it. I'm lost. Oh, geesh. A little picky bear. If she was rich, yes, I suppose I can mate with a black bear to help make panda. Whoa. Racist? I thought Snorter Poopus. So racist ass bear in my chat. The hell? So yeah, he deleted the tweet. And here's some more of his woke cultures. This is over the last few days, I went from empathic and sad to just plain angry. Defund it. Make way for a new system that doesn't prioritize it underprivileged. So he's all in the defund the police thing until his shit is being tore up. He sent this parent shit about systematic racism. Stop making assumptions. Stop thinking of them as criminals. You're saying black people are thought as criminals. Thanks for confirming you're racist. I appreciate it. And yeah, he doesn't, system that condones anything. And I'm not a police guy. And again, I talked about how I'm not talking about the Chauvin thing. But abolishing all police is ridiculous. Talking about we reboot Spider-Man, we can reboot the criminal justice. Well, we do need to reboot the criminal justice system. I'm gonna be honest. Criminal justice system, the prison industrial complex is a fucking mess by design. And we have private prisons involved. We have the fact that they can make anything a law. We've seen with these COVID laws that's just going to fuck up prisons even more when now you not wearing the mask is a they want to abolish the police, but they want to enforce mask mandates. So how the hell is that supposed to happen? And enforce every other mandate for vax mandates. So I'm not supposed to say that. Fuck you, YouTube. Fuck you, Susan. If you're about free speech, Let this black man, I ain't a person of color. Let this black man talk his shit. Jesus. Then what are we replacing with? Social workers, because that'll help. Let me give you a hot take about social workers, man. I've met some social workers. They're not the bestest people always. A lot of them, to be honest, have taken from the fucking pot of donations. I know that for a fact. And it was not just the person I knew. That was a normal practice in the industry. So like, I'm women's shelters. Why? Most of the people getting killed are men. Why does a women's shelter help? So this is just woke gibberish. He just does whatever the woke people tell him to do. But I don't give a fuck about that. I just want his movie to be good. Want his movie to be good, not woke, not stupid, not that Marvel. But if anyone can explain to me the issue with this tweet, that's why I scroll back up. Why was this tweet offensive? Why can't you just not like someone's music? Maybe the tweet, maybe he thought, hell, Mark D with a C. Maybe he thought the tweet was insulting the pictures. I don't know. Crazy Witch Panda girlfriend. Look at polar bear plus black bear equals panda bear. I don't think that's how it's worked. But apparently you are now muted. She's fine. Okay. Hell Vigilante having an opinion contrary to Nicki Minaj is probably a good thing. Yeah, I've never been a Nicki Minaj fan. Yellow Flash said about the homeless man, he thought he was eating pig shit. I'm not sure. That wasn't Yellow Flash said something about the whole. This is Simon Liu. This is not Yellow Flash. It's not Yellow Flash's tweet. This is the actor from Shang Chi. Unless Yellow Flash has a response to that tweet I haven't seen. Maybe that's what you're talking about. I'm so sorry. Oh, the Picard voice. Yeah, you racist bear. Bad bear. Bad bear. I'm messing with you. Did I? Oh, all those investors do shit like all those investors. I'm sorry. That's how the game's been played well before Pelosi. Well before Pelosi. Well before. Yeah, that's what they do. That's why they end up millionaires. My wife works for the courts, and I've been in jail. If any of these people are victims, it's because it's done to themselves. So many grown-ass men blame the system for what they did. Well, something wrong. No, it's not that many grown-ass men. That's the lie. That's the lie they want you to believe. A very short minority gets exploded out everywhere, and you think so many people, oh my God. No, we got to stop. We got to stop that. We got to stop it in its tracks. But yeah, they are. This guy is just a guy who got the download, and he apparently. I really want to know why the Nicki Minaj tweet is considered offensive. Yes, it is 9 years old, but no, it's only a few motherfuckers and a Twitter megaphone and a bunch of woke people using a megaphone, screaming that out. But yeah, I want to know. Let's just say the tweet was now, whenever the tweet was. Why can't he dislike Nicki Minaj's music? Because fucking hip hop is one of the most racist goddamn things on the face of the goddamn earth. And I say that as a fan and somebody who makes it. Hell, Robert, just Robert today. Man, I don't feel special at all. Shang Chi will be a bit woke, but have some good fight scene. That's probably what we're gonna get. But shit, I've heard it said because I know Ben Shapiro doesn't like hip hop, and I've heard it said, "Oh, he's racist for not liking hip hop." I can make the argument very legitimately the opposite. If you like this modern hip hop, which only depicts black people in the worst possible light, and not that it hasn't for a while, but I mean it's gotten so bad, and it's just going to get worse and worse. I can make the argument that you are racist, man. It's that bad. And Nicki Minaj is really, she did not help. Yeah, they're yelling. I saw them attacking Yellow Flash, who I know Yellow Fam Lash, not who you're trying to say, but yeah. Yellow Flash on Trigger. Hey, I know what you're trying to say, Gomer Kyle. I'm assuming you're on mobile. I actually saw him get a lot of support on Twitter, a lot more support than I thought he would. But yeah, I did see it's not just and you know what? Another thing, all I saw, I mean, there was a few people, but it's really one main account, one fan account doing most of the work, and then a few underlings. But we got to make sure we don't see things through the lenses of craziness, because they want us to hyperbolize things. So hell, that 70s rock fan. Mark D with a C. Yeah, Pelosi needs to make inside trades so she can afford 30K freezers to hold all her high-end ice cream. Yeah, and then to live in her mansion down the street from where people shit on it. Thanks. Shout out to Gary for shitting on her. Shitting on her lawn. He really didn't. It was that was a Perry Chan thing. We don't know who shit on her lawn or her driveway, whatever it was. Yeah, it's a YouTube video that Yellow Flash did. He started laughing a bit when he said it. Okay, that's where he got it from. I can't stand Nicki Minaj. Yeah, it's antithesis of music, and it's only gotten worse since then. You know, we got the Megan Thee Stallion and the Cardi B and all this other shit. Pelosi's 861 years old. Why is she messing around with money? She has 8 years tops. Well, who knows? Who knows how many years they have? I'm not going to go Alex Jones, but some of that research about how to get youth has been corroborated. We'll say that. Never listen to any Nicki Minaj music. Me neither. That makes me a very naughty bear. And that's another thing. What about normalizing we have to think everything certain artists are just good because think about what that does. Think about how important culture, the culture of music is. And imagine the idea that you're only allowed to like certain artists. And this is not new. This has gone on ever since I've been alive. You don't like this? No, I don't. Fuck it. I don't have to like it. Hell, 24/7. The topic is crazy. Yeah. I really want to know what makes this tweet offensive. I want to make this tweet, and I know what the answer is. I know if I ask some blue hair Landwell on Twitter, it'd be like, well, you're being discriminatory, especially the people of color. No, you're being discriminatory towards $1 billion backed product from a major corporation that you didn't like. And you have a right to not like, you don't owe this major corporation a bunch of money just because the product they put out includes a black woman. You don't. You don't owe anybody anything. You people owe me the time I was good. Oh man, it's only 7 people. Who the fuck am I to complain? Now a few more people have shown up, and I appreciate it. Shout out to 24/7 views. I see people are funneling in, but who the fuck am I to complain? Y'all don't owe me jack shit. Somebody left on that. Like, yeah, we don't owe them shit. I'm out of here. Yeah, it was actually guy saying that. But I mean, listen, you gotta take what you can get, and you gotta be appreciative of what you get. She traded her shriveled out soul to the devil. She'll last for years. They just keep him. Yeah, man. That may not be a joke. That may not be a joke. And I see people are celebrating 420 in the chat. That's good. Enjoy 420. Oh, man. 24/6. Gomer Kyle has you taking a day off. I'm messing with Gomer Kyle. A lot of typos. We love you, brother. And I appreciate you being here. Real quick. Yeah, there's still a lot of sunlight. I would like to get on camera. Hopefully I don't dox myself today. And let's just see if anybody on D Live doesn't look like it. They got one viewer, so there may be someone. So if you're in D Live watching, thank you for being here. No super chat, but that is okay because I'm not owed anything. I'm not owed anything. You guys have already contributed so much. Appreciate it. Maybe people are offended for the pigeon. That makes more sense. That makes more sense than being offended that he didn't even say a joke. I thought it was at least something like what's that bitch Jenna Marbles? She had the little spray tan and made fun of Nicki Minaj. That was still completely bullshit and deserved no. I thought that would be a cancel culture turning point when somebody that normally gets canceled for something that bullshit. It wasn't, but at least I could kind of get my head around. Oh, maybe it's sort of like blackface. Okay. All he said is, I don't like her music, basically. It sounded like a homeless man yelling at a pigeon. It does sound like a homeless man yelling at a pigeon. That's what it sounds like. Even the devil turns up his nose at Well, the devil needs dummies, so he'll take a demon on her. Some of my friends are pigeons, and I support their right to crap on statues. I do as well. That pigeon can rap way better than Nicki Minaj. Because that's what you're saying. I'm assuming you mean Nicki Minaj and not Nicki Minaj. Maybe you do mean Nicki Minaj, but Nicki Minaj is just as funny, especially to the Brits. So you guys are saying hi to my man 24/7, and yeah, you are the man, Gomer. You are the man. So what's the next story? Ooh, this is something positive, at least for me, and I think 2-4 will be pretty happy about this one. And I was worried about this. I was not a Snyder Cut guy. I'm going to get on camera for this. I got to get on camera because I got to do my Snyder Wakanda Forever. It's the funnest thing I do. So even though I'm in the sunlight. So let's do this. All right. Goodness, the sun is bad. The sun. I have curtains. I will put them up eventually if I wasn't so lazy. But I was never affiliated with the Snyder Cut movement as far as I'm concerned. I just was a fan of a lot of characters. I have, Batman shit. Oh, jeez. This is not Batman, but Intellectuals of Race. Please read it. I need to actually read through it. I have Batman shit everywhere, right? Favorite hero, Batman. I love Superman, one of my top favorite heroes. But I'm not a Zack Snyder guy. My one thing I wanted was more Batman, more Batfleck. And there's a non-zero chance that we'll get it. Now, these are rumors, just like Kathleen Kennedy getting fired are rumors, just like everything. Is rumor and innuendo. Take this with a grain of salt. I don't know that it will happen, and there's been talk about it for a while. There's no guarantee. But AT&T is pushing for an HBO Max series starring Ben Affleck as Batman. And actually, I got to get off camera because I'm not going to be able to read with the sunlight in my eyes. So I'm going to take the mask off and kind of read around it. Anyways, and actually, I just heard right before I got on that apparently Michael Keaton has signed on for The Flash and other Batman news, but we're just going to stick to this story for now. I can cover that if you want me to, though. Batfleck may not go down with the Snyderverse ship. Hell, other people aren't. We know Gal Gadot's not. We know Jason Momoa's not. We know Ezra Miller's not. So there's quite a few people who are still going to be around, even if the Snyderverse is so-called canceled. Maybe his movies are, but I don't think this universe is. There could be a future for the fan favorite incarnation of the Dark Knight if AT&T has its way, or so goes a new rumor. According to Mikey Sutton of Geekosity, editor-in-chief. And, Mikey Sutton, he's a rumor guy. Some people like him, some people don't, and that's understandable. I think rumor guys is getting, I know Minge is a Britism for Pew, so that's why I'm like, I'd rather it be that you're trying to call her Nicki Minaj instead of Nicki Minaj. So I wasn't sure if that was a typo or if that was intended. So whichever way, I'd rather Nicki Minaj. I would listen to African Bambaataa, Planet Rock. Now that is hip hop, but unfortunately, that is a really good song. I love that song. African Bambaataa is a very talented artist, but he has some. He's a fan of kids. Actually, I think they're forcing, but he's a fan of young guys, and that's not cool. But he did make good music in the 80s, and it was very inspirational. But back to the story. Mikey Sutton, I know a lot of rumors guys, including our own beloved Doomcock, are getting shit. People are getting tired of rumors, but you got to take them with a grain of salt, and you got to, sometimes they're right. But anyways, Mikey Sutton of Geekosity, the parent company of Warner Media, according to him, they want a continuation of Ben Affleck as Batman on HBO Max. Told that AT&T wants more than a Ben Affleck movie, which I wanted more. I wanted a limited shit. This is what I wanted. I wanted a season of television, 6 to 8 episodes, maybe a couple seasons of television in the Batfleck universe. And according to Mikey Sutton, he says, I'm told that AT&T wants more than a Ben Affleck movie. They want a limited series wherein Ben Affleck has the time for his tale to unfold. I would love that because that means we can get some stuff in this world where Deathstroke knows who he is attacking him, and get stuff in the Nightmare universe potentially, and have room for both story arcs to potentially breathe. That's why a good season or 2 of television would be best for me personally. The reason is actually more about DC and HBO Max's competition with Marvel and Disney Plus than it says about the success of Zack Snyder's Justice League or continuing the Snyderverse. Sutton says AT&T wanting to pull a dent in Disney Plus is putting money in subscribers first. Interesting. The main target is Falcon and the Winter Soldier. As Sutton notes, HBO Max doesn't have any serial DC content equivalent to the MCU. I mean, I hate it the way WandaVision turned out, and I don't think I'm missing anything with Falcon and the Winter Soldier, but it has given Disney, 20 weeks? Let's look at what Disney's done since the beginning of The Mandalorian. They had Mandalorian go through its season. They hit you off with WandaVision a couple weeks after that. And then a week or so later, you had Falcon and the Winter Soldier. So you got a good 6-7 months of content back to back of your platform having, one of the most talked about shows or one of the more talked about shows. Even Falcon and Winter Soldier, as kind of malign as that is, and it's just, barely talked, it's still relevant. You know what I mean? It's still a lot more relevant than anything that HBO Max has as far as series goes. Obviously, the success of Godzilla vs. Kong, we have Mortal Kombat, and obviously the Snyder Cut. We have success on that side, but they have nothing like that. They had no WandaVision. They have no show, no continuous show. They just did their movie thing, and they're ending that after next year. They're not going to have these first run movies, so they do need something for that platform. I like the back catalog. I talk about Dusk Till Dawn. Got a lot of '90s movies that I enjoy, or wanted to see or whatever, and haven't seen. But it's interesting that AT&T is making another Audible outside of DC, because DC does not want this. Warner does not want this, but AT&T does. Batfleck can carry the baton further. That's the hope of HBO Max's parent company. Anyway, as Sutton claims, apparently AT&T sees greater potential in this going forward if it takes off, and Ben Affleck is willing to extend his time in the Batcave. Unsurprisingly, AT&T wishes are having an effect on The Flash, which is now in production, and first thought to be, it was never thought to be how disorganized Warner Brothers is, but I get what they're saying. Thought to be Ben Affleck's final portrayal of Batman. And I guess he's supposed to make the light beer version of Iron Man's Endgame sacrifice. Symbolic goodbye to the Snyderverse is rumored within the script of the Scarlet Speedster's solo outing, which really isn't a solo outing. And the sun is down, so I'm gonna show back up. Okay. But yeah, I guess Batfleck's fate is up in the air. AT&T heightens their interest in an HBO Max series. So I'm pretty excited about this, man. I really, 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 really like the way Batfleck looks. I thought his characterization was better in the Snyder Cut than it had been at any other point in the Snyderverse. Adam West era Batman. I actually have two. I have that Migos, and I have this is actually the Adam West, like specific, if you look, just like the costume. And then that other Migos I showed was that Migos. It's not really a Migos. It's a Migos style. It's actually Figure Toy Company. This is like the Neil Adams style of the late 60s, early 70s Batman. More Super Friends-ish, if you will, as far as major depiction. But yeah, let's get to some of these comments. Oh, Lord. Pigeon Lives Matter. Not if they can't buy mansions, they don't. Yeah, Batman series on HBO would be great. I agree. A non-woke Batfleck would be welcome. I agree. It's just happens here too. So pigeonist. Now we're worried about the pigeons. Okay, should type straight now. Cool. Think we've ruffled a few feathers with the pigeons. VW, is the sun too bright because of global warming caused by cows gassing? Maybe. Save the planet, eat more cows. LOL. Did not know that. What did you not know, that 70s rock fan? Because I talk a lot about a lot of shit. Poor pigeons already getting gassed by cow farts. Birds of a feather flock together. Awesome. No Raj. It was these Germans. They have ways to make the vigilante talk. And Jack Green Lantern. They spelled it wrong to your left. Yeah. Got John Stewart, Green Lantern. A black man. He already existed since the 70s, by the way. So you didn't have to make Superman black. You could have just did his story. Just saying. You could just feature him in Green Lantern. The Green Lantern Corps have an interesting cast of characters. You can get as diverse as you want, and you'll be fine. But fuck that. Can't keep up with conspiracies these days. I can't either. I just consider everything to be a conspiracy and ignore what I can. This channel is always amazing, diverse, kung fu, sneakers, cow farts, and pigeons all in one chat. Yeah. He's getting played by his insider sources. Oof. And there's a rumor that that's the case, by the way, that he is getting played. And he's talked about potentially getting played. I love Doomcock to pieces. He's an obvious inspiration. I love his channel. I don't believe the rumor at all. I don't even believe the idea. There's some people say, well, she's not going to get fired. Maybe her contract's not going to be renewed. No. In 2022 and in 2023, Kathleen Kennedy will be employed by Disney. There's not a single doubt in my mind that's the case. Is it on the realm of plausibility that she could be relegated to her own division, her own production company, and out of Lucasfilm? It's plausible. There are investors now asking. They're not as dumb as they once were. Hell, I remember the investment meeting before the coup. They were starting to push back against the war. This is before the coup, when they realized they didn't have as much in their coffers as they thought they should have. They started to push back against some of the decisions, like the fall of Soy Woker and a lot of wokeness. In fact, if I remember correctly, an investor asked, "Do we need all this pride stuff?" Referring to the gay pride. This is before the coup, or this is right as the coup is happening. It's March 2020's investor call, and you can look at Crownfish because they did reporting on it. And March 2020 is obviously when a lot of these lockdowns started for this pandemic, and this call was regarding the previous quarter. The sun is back. I'm sorry, guys. You know you can't see my pretty face, which you can anyway. But this was regarding the previous quarter. And so this was the last quarter before the coup, and they were complaining about wokeness. So there are people who have money who don't like Kathleen Kennedy, who don't like what she's done, and don't like the results they got. So because that's the case, because investors and high enough people up are angry, it's indeed plausible. It's in fact even plausible that his sources are being worked. I've heard rumors that they're trying to find who's the mole. You know what I mean? So they could work his sources. So he thinks he's giving Doomcock good information, but he's not. So there's a lot's going on. This is corporate espionage, all things considered. Who knows what's going to happen? I just have no reason to believe that she'll ever be gone outside of in a casket. And that'll be 1 trillion years from now as we talk about with Pelosi. I have a really good homing pigeon as a pet. I've sold him 17 times this week. Oh, man. Yeah, the pigeon post. If pigeons take over the country, would that be a coup? Awesome. Awesome. Don't forget panda and polar bears. Nice, Adam West. Hail Parrot Head. Hail Parrot Head. Yeah, my mask is usually kind of crooked if you pay attention. I see it up here talking about my mask. Neil Adams was the greatest. Love that show as a cub. Of course he's a cub. He's a polar bear, duh. Oh, about the African man body. Yeah. That's fun. That only came out a couple years ago. That sucked to hear. That sucked to hear. Like just like Gary Glitter, hey, he was into that shit. And that's, a beloved kind of song. You can make good music and be a fucked up person. Now that Batwoman is breaking records, maybe we'll get a 3-film epic. We'll give Az a heart attack. He's a trooper. Him, the Riot Unlimited, everybody. Jay Longbone, I think, does that too. The troopers for doing that shit. It's an abominable mess, Batwoman. I got through 20 minutes of the first episode and no more. I knew there was a reason I go to Panda Lovers for my Chinese takeout. There you go. I want a Vigilante Williamson movie, but only if VW plays itself. I do not want a movie, man. That sounds terrible. And yeah, my mask is a little off center. Let's you know what? It's very, very off center. Let's see. All right. A little better. I don't know. I'm still going off camera. But yeah, I'm always looking a mess. I'm always looking a mess. But thank you, Parrot. Hell Machiny 90. Great artist. If you haven't checked out his channel, which I know a lot of you have, or his Twitter. I believe he has an Instagram. I don't have an Instagram, so I don't know. I just assume. But I know he has a Twitter. And so check him out on Twitter. Check him out on YouTube. He's a brilliant artist. And so, hey, I'm glad to see you here. Perhaps that's just his head askew. My head isn't on right. There you go. Yeah, gents. How did you not know about Black Green Lantern? Did you see Justice League and Justice League Unlimited cartoons? In the 2000s, they had Justice League and Justice League Unlimited, and the Green Lantern was John Stewart, and he's a character from the 70s. He is kind of a token, as young Ripper would call, He's kind of interesting. He's actually from Detroit in his backstory. But I'll be honest, I hadn't read a lot of comics. But if you saw the Justice League cartoons and the Justice League Unlimited cartoon, he's a central character and has a very interesting arc. Thank Doomcock for getting me started on his YouTube rabbit hole, and that was just watching his vids, not just the streams. Me too. Doomcock's rumors about the fall of Soy Woker were what got me into this rabbit hole. Now, I was familiar with Anna previously, Rippa, and Heels versus Babyface. As those are the ones I was previously familiar with. But when I first found Doomcock, I found Drinker, I found Gary, I found Yellow Flash, I found Tug, and I found a bunch of other people. Then refound, Anna, refound Ripper, and then kind of, this is a whole thing. This is a whole community. This is fandom thing. This is like late 2019. So yeah, Doomcock was the guy, and he was the first thing I got me into this whole movement. LOL. I think we need a green Black Lantern saving the world for cow farts. Hey, you should write that story. I don't know how it'll get over because I don't know if people are ready for a cow fartless world. But yeah, green Black Lantern. There are Black Lanterns in the lore, by the way. When are we going to get an Indian transgender IT server support superhero? Bollywood is not so diverse. Oh, man. Uh-oh. We all love him. Just misinformation from his source. Yeah, I do think that there's some misinformation. And again, his sources can be getting work because this is high level shit. And if you think that on the eve of rumors of her being fired, in just a few days later, you hear Rowan Johnson being potentially back in the fold, which this is not the first time we've heard that, by the way. There's a rumor that he ghost wrote a Rogue Squadron for Patty Jenkins. And of course, he's a friend with Dave Filoni. He is the one who helped Dave Filoni transition from animation to live action. So if you think that story just came out of nowhere, man, I got a bridge in Brooklyn I can sell you for the low. Because it didn't. That story, I think, of Ryan Johnson was a direct reaction to the rumors of Kathleen Kennedy. That's my theory. To let you know, no, bitch, I ain't going nowhere. That was a flex. That's what I think. That was a flex. Because I don't see how Ryan Johnson could even do a season of television if Netflix has that type of deal. They're giving him hundreds of millions of dollars. So he's got to be focused on that. Yeah, it does suck. It sucks. It sucks when people, it's hard to separate artists from the art when they do really despicable shit. And a lot of people get in that music industry and it lets demons out, man. Yeah, I'm with you, bro. I don't believe anything about Kathleen Kennedy until I see it. That's where I am. If I see it, I see it. If it happens, it happens. But until then, I do not believe it. I think I work with that IT personage. Shout out to the IT person, the transgender superhero that 70s Rock fan works with. And Makity90 does have an Instagram. I call it Insta Scam because all these platforms, I give it a silly nickname: Shitter, TikTok, Fakebook, and Insta Scam. But if you are on Instagram, please follow my man Makity90. I just assume you would imagine an artist having an Instagram. Yeah, Africa Band Bot. That's a real shame. Real shame. As mentioned, hip musically, I mean, that's hip hop. And, you're talking about one of the forefathers of hip hop. It really sucks that that's a part of it. It really sucks. Hell, you guys saying hell to each other and talking about IT. Don't buy into the rumors. 24/7. This is Snort Poopers Cuber. Talking to 2-4 saying, don't buy into the rumors. I really don't think it matters who run Luke-ass films now. It'll always be some woke corpy corpse. That's another thing. Let's say they get rid of her. They still have the story group. Let's say they get rid of them. Let's say they purge their ranks of all wokeness. What pool are they going to hire from? Where are the hiring practices? They're going to hire more woke idiots because that's all Hollywood wants. That's all Hollywood wants. I talked about a woke idiot who's he can't even get a job in this woke ass Hollywood. He's just too woke or not woke enough. I don't even know. I should show more of his comments because he had something about the Asian and white people thing that was interesting. So to show you that he wasn't. I think he's just a confused lefty, but I'm not gonna make too fun of him. But anyways, there is a woke breeding ground for nonsense. So I don't see. We gotta ignore this future stuff. I'm excited about this Batman rumor. I'm excited about what positive stuff does happen, but man, a lot of this shit doesn't matter. It's dead. It's already dead. This depends what PC stands for in this case. I think you mean personal computer. No, not see the Super Friends, but we'll give it a watch. It's not on the Super Friends. It's in the 2000s. Even the Super Friends are great. But it's Justice League Unlimited are the two cartoons that the Black Green Lantern is. Was the Green Lantern on any rendition of the Super Friends? That they had the Super Friends, I think, in the 60s, 70s, and they had another one from the 80s. And I think he may have been featured in the 80s one, but I can't say that. But the cartoons I'm talking about are from the 2000s. They're in the same universe as Batman animated series and Superman animated series. I think it's one of the best. I honestly think it's the best piece of media. You know, my favorite piece of media is that whole universe from Batman animated series to Justice League Unlimited. The Timverse, the DCAU is great. I may pull it up and just show you a little later. Get through some of the comments. No joke. I found it was Rajesh found erotic searching for if Safe Space and Snowflake were real. Yeah, they are. I remember that because I was newer. You know, been a few months watching stuff and kind of being a part of the community. I had a different screen. It wasn't Vigilante Williamson yet because actually I had this name for a while. The thought of the name before I did it, but I just just a guy, and I saw that, just was like, what the fuck. You know, that'll actually be a great transition into the next topic. And before getting to the comments, I do want to get into the comments. Next topic. Because this isn't Safe Space and Snowflake. I talked earlier, it's time to move on. It's time. This is some shit that we should have no-sell. This is not that bad. Especially this one. This is, she gets a little more body positive later. But if you look at her here, compared to what we have, compared to Snowflake, Safe Space, the fucking Blue Mom Jeans, Wonder Woman, you may have forgot about her. I Am Not Starfire, Captain Marvel. Remember that Captain Marvel? Like, I show you that shit again. It used to be a running joke, me showing the ugly Captain Marvel. This is fine. This is fine. And they told you they were going to do this. They told you they were going to do a black, different, a different Captain America for each woke purse puppy that they keep. And honestly, this honestly was overblown. This is some shit to no sell. This is some shit to ignore. Safe Face and Snowflake, I don't know how you ignore. But this was some shit to ignore. This should have came and went. We should have never, as a community, platformed this shit. Straight up. That's my opinion. This was some shit to just, who cares? Whatever. That was, we fell for the banana tailpipe for platforming this shit. Yeah. It's dead, Jim. Is dead. Do I have that? No, I don't have that. I don't have his dead, Jim, but I do have this.
They are dying.
Let them die.
So I don't have that. Yeah, I thought I had a Star Trek one. But we all need to know. KK, do you love me? I don't know the lyrics to that song. If I did, I would sing it for you. I'm assuming you're talking about the Drake song, by the way. Don't waste time to Instagram, only Insta Kilo. This is not the Get Indicted hotline, that 70s rock fan. Hell, Newbomb Turk in chat. Found all these guys because of EVS and Geeks and Gamers in the dark times of the Menace. I don't know if those dark times. Seem like those were the fun times of the Menace. Do you guys do the social media thing? I have a website, more than enough for me. I'm going to get a website. I already have a domain name. And I want to do it myself because I can do it. And I'm going to just do it myself. I'm going to do a site. I have social media for now. I hate social media. I only have Minds and Shitter. I did have an Instagram, but got rid of that because I don't like it. I'm not going to use it. Don't do social media other than Minds, of course. Fountain Erotic and G&G when Game of Thrones did the Night King 30. Yeah, we all got our reason for coming here. Let's see what's going on. that was superpowers, or talking about Super Friends created in that was superpowers created by Jack Kirby, with the Super Friends versus Darkseid were in the 80s. Okay. So okay. The one-legged thing makes no sense. Yeah, no, it doesn't. It's not a good. I mean, she has a little red Timberlands, a red hoodie, potentially for Baal. The purple SJW dreads. And actually, I need to show you the creator, so you can see the resemblance. She act in this depiction, she works out, but as you can see later, the COVID weight comes on later. So yeah, but it's fine. It's something to no sell. It's something to ignore. It's something to say, oh, okay, whatever. Yep. Black Captain America, enjoy. It's something to just the Timbs. I kind of like the red Timberlands. I'm not gonna lie, I think they're kind of fly. Because they're all red. There's not red with tech. It's like these all red. What is that shit? Red October, Raging Bull style. Who knows? This is going to be a sneakerhead channel, a sneakerhead podcast. But yeah, I kind of like the red Timbs and the little hoodie. She has the one leg. I don't get the one leg thing. I don't understand that at all. It doesn't make sense. It would make more sense if she had both. But this is not like this. This is not Snowflake a safe space. As a matter of fact, let's get some pictures up here. I do want to show what this is. What the hell is this damn? Who the hell is the writer? Forgot because she looks just like her. Okay, I think it's this guy. Let me see. But yeah, I'm going to show you the writer, and I'm going to show you some things that are way worse than this. Way worse than this. Okay. And then we got to take y'all back. We got to take y'all back. For us, for any of us to have gotten mad about Nichelle Maybell being a thing, because her name is Nichelle, right? It's really, we really got to go back and remember how bad this shit has been, and to really recognize how tame this shit is. To really recognize how tame this shit is. I'm semi vamping because I really got to get y'all all the stuff, and so you can visually see side by side how not bad this is, and how we were supposed to ignore this. We didn't. And we have to, gotta start just like, okay, I know what this is. We gotta just start knowing what this is. Let's see, one more. Golly, finding one is gonna be hard. Where the hell? There we go. Okay, we found everything. So let's go back to Nichelle Maybell. These are words that go together well. My Nichelle Wright, who was another Captain America. I didn't even bring up, I just thought about it. I didn't even bring up the gay Captain America to me, which was way worse. He was a heroin addict. But first off, let's say what she is. She is a self-insert and in much better shape than her insert. This is the writer. This is the writer. Has the dreads, has the nose ring. She's woke, pro BLM, I'm assuming, so pro black woman exploiting millions of people for billions of dollars and not giving anything for the family. I don't know that. I don't know that for a fact. But this is the writer. Here's the writer, and here's Nichelle. So you see, there's a resemblance there, a little bit. Again, Nichelle, people talked about in this depiction, and this is in a lot better shape. Now, when you get to this one, you can see again she's put on some weight. Probably has some boyfriends that she says ain't shit, but she chose them, and a little bit more upset at men. Maybe trying to flirt with her girlfriends now. A little closer to this. A few years later. This is her a few years later, a few years angrier, stronger, angrier black woman. And I didn't know it's the sun rays. So some sun goddess worship if you're into that sort of thing. So yeah, mother goddess worship a little bit, but it's kind of harmless. Let's take you back. Remember this shit? First off, Carl Manvers. Remember this bitch looking like she's the one who just pulled in trying to blame it on somebody else. Remember her? I gotta take y'all real back. Y'all gotta see this shit. Cause y'all forgot. Y'all to get mad at that, we forgot about this shit. We forgot about Captain Marvel. This was a released comic compared to Nichelle. Yeah, this sucks, but come on, bro. And this is not even the worst part. The best part is Daredevil, the blind superhero, texts this girl. Because in context, some girl is being chased. She said, pretty sure you can keep the phone and lose the men, just so you know. And then she cracks the phone, which means she destroys it. So you can't get her to keep the phone. And this is in a racist comic. I think they had stereotypical Native American, whatever. But Daredevil is texting people. And you get this type of drawing. Nichelle's not that big of a deal. We're not done. Again, this is her. Well, Captain Marvel. You remember this. We mentioned Safe Space and Snowflake. The whole team. Fucking the whole team. First off, I didn't mean to do that. Whatever. First off, let's go to Safe Space Snowflake. The gender thing. Genderly ambiguous. Not only that. Incestuous. Look at this shit. All of their depictions had this incestuous vibe. This guy has internet gas. This bitch is obese. He's B negative. Like this. Remember what we're going against. Remember all of this shit. I have somebody else. Oh yeah. Remember this bitch? This is one of my early videos. Woker woman, which I actually, sort of defended because the artist was kind of put in a no woman's land, so to speak, no man's land, where she didn't know what the fuck she was getting into. She already does art like this, had a popular following, to be honest, and they picked her for this, and they kind of put her in position to get yelled at because this wasn't even supposed to be a cover. They took her some that she already created and paid her for it, and then made it a cover. But yeah, you remember this shit. This is what we're getting. So by comparison, when Nichelle came out, we were supposed to say, oh yeah, whatever. And we shouldn't say anything. That's my thoughts. Those are my thoughts on the whole Nichelle thing. Yeah, banana in the tailpipe. I got that from Chronicles of Judah. I stole that from him. But it is a banana in the tailpipe. But, it's an okie doke. It's a trick. It's hey, you're supposed to yell at this, and then we all did it. This was made for us to yell at. And it's not done. There's going to be another woke Captain America. They already told you. We got a Pride Month Captain America. We have the general woke Captain America. There's going to be a trans Captain America. There's going to be a disabled Captain America. Don't react to it. The Flojo used to have the one leg thing? The Flojo used to have a one leg thing? Huh. I am on Discord, but I don't. And somebody asked, I think it was Newbound Turk last time, and I didn't. Like, I have a Discord. I don't want it to be public. I don't want the rabbit hole of maintaining a Discord, because it's a place for trolls to come and bother if not properly maintained. So I have it is technically, I think it is public. I don't know if it's public or private. I do have a Discord. I am on Discord, but I'm not like a Discorder. I only use to kind of contact people for this stuff, but I'm not really good. Minds is probably the best way to kid me. If you're on Minds, messaging me on Minds or interacting with me on Minds is the best way. Even though I'm not really in a position to champion that platform as much, and Rajesh hasn't used my. Oh no, Snort the Poopus is telling Rajesh that he hasn't used Minds. It's fine. I like Minds personally, and I guess that 70s is on Minds. Yeah, a lot of people are on there. I think it has viability as a potential alternative. I liked it better than Parler. Facebook is where I keep up my one attempt. Well, I keep one of my 2 attempts to have a social media page, but that one is for my Prisoner of Zenda obsession. Not familiar with that. Yes, of course, it's a self-insert. Female Captain America, yay, we are happier now. I'm getting breast implants in the weekend to be like my hero. But you're British. Are you even allowed to like Captain Americans? Not sure. Tims are not combat approved. They look cool though. And I can't imagine she could run that fast. Oh, I like where Robert's going. That's why she has the one leg thing. Easy access for self-insert. Hey, since your dildo's not here. Because that's what we would call on him. Apparently, the one-armed girls fought in the front lines of WW2 of Battlefield 5 is to be believed. They do that in the game where a one-armed girl fought in the World War II front lines. So it ain't historical. Unless there is some story that I don't know of. Maybe there is. Could you imagine the fight? Oh, boy. I don't know if this is a Michelle Obama reference. Could you imagine the fight? Something happens to fall off, could be embarrassing, or if it's a reference to that time of the month. Either way, I'm not a fan of that. Oh my. She still looks uninterested soccer mom who's just done with life, about to walk in her house to catch her husband cheating with her boyfriend or her best friend. Maybe I'm right both cases, best friend and boyfriend. Can't speak to your manager. Yeah, but I mean, it's again, we got to no-sell those things. Robert, since your dildo enters the chat. Yeah. Can I express my contempt for EA? Yeah, EA is trash. What an evil company Electronic Arts is. What they've done with their sports franchise, particularly FIFA and Madden, it's an abomination. It's actually disgusting. And people have to stop buying it. And I don't know how you condition people to stop doing it. Throw holy water at it. That's almost a reference to From Dusk Till Dawn, which I talked about earlier. But again, this didn't need holy water. This just needed, clicking the X button. This shit needed holy water, Jesus. Allah, any deity we can find to save us from this. I pray to the Most High though. Just the right mind, stunning and brave. Yeah. Is the writer thick? Was that a swimsuit picture? Show those pics. Oh, let's go back to the writer. I don't know. What did I do with the damn writer? What did I do with her? I don't know what I did with the chick. I don't know. You know what? If you guys want to see a swimsuit picture of this writer, it's your own funeral. It's your own funeral. Where is this bitch? Mohali Mashigo. No, I don't thank the Most High of the scriptures. There's no there's no, this is this lady. Yeah, she's angry. She don't need no man. And I don't know her. Maybe she's I don't want to judge this lady. I just know she inserted this character. I don't know how good or bad her writing is. I don't know how woke or unwoke she is. I don't know shit about her. And I don't owe her a bunch of criticism, even if she did come up with a shitty character, because it's a nothing character. This is a nothing burger, man. This has been a lot worse. But yeah, I know swimsuit pictures. Thank the Most High. I'm not necessarily. And is she thick? I don't know. You don't really see her body. I'm imagining there's some lumpiness. But you know what? There's very few people in less position to talk about somebody's fucking lumpiness than me. Goodness gracious, I look a mess. That 70s rock fan, played the original Battlefield 1942 up until Modern Combat. The first one, the series started going off the rails at 2142, talking about Battlefield. That nose is horrible. Oh, you guys talking about Captain Marvel. I think amateur hour art skills, definitely amateur hour. All right. Still shit. Never mind about it not being as bad. Shit is still shit. Never mind about it not being bad. It's Captain Marvel. Absolutely. You absolutely. Absolutely. I'm not saying love this shit at all either. I'm saying that this thing, Nichelle, my belle, She does not exist to sell comic books. She does not even exist as a virtue signal. She exists so people can make videos about it. This is grade A rage bait. That's all she is. And we have to recognize it and just say, you know what? Unless it's something where it's like, okay, we have to talk about this. When this comes out, you have to talk about it. When you see this, you have to say something, right? You see this, you got to ignore it. You got to ignore rage bait. You got to ignore obvious rage bait. I don't know how you're supposed to ignore this shit, man. Look at this incest. I don't know how you're supposed to ignore it. You can comment, yes, self-insert, whatever. But look at this shit. You can't, I mean, even this. Look at the nose, the body, the fuck. Who drew this? Who drew this? And I'm not saying, yeah, this Captain Marvel is special. But we really got to get into the habit of saying, oh, this is a virtue signal. And I find it funny. It really wasn't talked about how much weight she gained in the design process. Like, she was supposed to be in better shape, as you can see here. And then she said, nah, let's fatten this bitch up. So I think that's an interesting fact. 48% stunning, and my Brave is at 52%. Well, you're 100% woke. Miss Piggy knows again. Captain Marvel, Miss Piggy. The sports ball games are just money printing exercise. No serious attempt to add value. Yeah, talking about the EA. And sports ball in general is falling. Yeah, Madden has been a reprint probably longer than that. We should react positively to stuff like it. This gets the print off more than use more than money. Could always do that. Yeah, I always think of Beverly Hills Cop with the banana in the tailpipe. Yeah. Shout out to Axel Foley, Detroit legend. Captain Soy America is the message they're pumping out. Oh yeah, remember Captain? They did have a Captain Soy America. Brutal Morningwood. Yep, first trailer, Battlefield 5, talking about the one-armed woman on the front lines in World War II. Does this help women? What are you saying about women when you do this? What is the statement? That you two can go off and die in a war, in which you are more likely to die because you have less physical attributes to deal with war. Why not say everybody has a purpose? Everybody has things they're good at and bad at. And we should, I don't like that we're all the same. We're not all the same. We're not. We're different, and it's okay. The issue is that you think different means something bad. Well, it's okay for us to be different. It's so we treat each other as we treat each other with respect. We're respectful to each other, but we're different. Human beings are different, and hell, we don't even treat people the same. You're going to treat friends differently to people you don't know. Should we divide things on race? Hell no. Should we divide things on gender, all the other shit? Hell no. And now they're trying to divide us, yeah, but we're not all the same. We're different. We need to celebrate our differences. The fact that you have this Battlefield game where there's a woman shooting, and I had to check that out. I got to pull that up because that's crazy. That's crazy. I'm gonna actually pull that up now. But just the fact that you would have some shit like that, what are you proving? What's the point of that? And that too is rage bait. Jesus Christ. I'm just looking at the cover for this. And because no more women are going to buy this, by the way. That's proven, man. We're not going to get a single. I'm sorry to go away from the mic. We're not going to get a single woman more to buy Battlefield because you did this. Hell, somebody mentioned 2142. If you wanted to do a Battlefield thing and include a woman, there's technology. You could use technology, other things to make it viable. And how many female protagonists in games have been successful since the early days? Everyone remembers Metroid. A lot of people apparently didn't realize she was a woman at first because, I mean, the NES, the graphics aren't, the greatest. I mean, they're great for the time, and actually I prefer their style. All right, let's watch this trailer because I had to see this. And I lost my damn headphones again because I am incompetent. All right, let's do this. Let's do this like Brutus. Another way to get copyright claim, but we gotta check this shit out. And let me know if there's any audio issues. I think you guys should be able to hear. I don't know if I'm gonna play the whole thing. I just want to see this firsthand before reacting to it.
Come on!
Good girl. Very fucked. Oh, good. You got a cyber arm? Graphics look cool, but CGI is not what I'm playing a Battlefield game for. Story is not even what I'm playing a Battlefield game for.
Hello, old friend. Yeah. On your feet. Here we go.
So, is this an alternate universe? Because it looks like there's some tech going on with her arm. And oh, Gomer Kyle, no. Peace out, Gomer Kyle. Peace out. No, I'm still watching this anyway. Okay, so this is a game. This is intended gameplay. We know how that goes. Okay, that was a cool transition. All right. But yeah, they had a girl, and so I don't know what the hell's going on in this world, tech wise, because it looks like she has some cyber going on her arm. So yeah, I don't know. I don't see why this girl is. She's the only girl, by the way. That's just what are you doing? I always forget about Discourse. No, the pooper says, rarely use it only because of the steampunk group on it. You're in the steampunk? Not there's anything wrong with that. I just didn't know that. Captain Britain is more for me, especially now that Captain America has a vagina. Captain Britain's getting a vagina too. They're doing a what if where Peggy Carter is Captain Britain. So yeah, you guys are getting a box too. Who was the artist? If you're talking about the Wonder Woman artist, I forgot her name. If you're talking about the artist for Nichelle My Belle, that artist is named Nacha Bustos. I cannot be her real fucking name. Natasha Bustos? I don't know. So she's the artist that made this. Cannot remember the Wonder Woman artist. I could check if you want me to. Writer is one thing. The artist is the one that has to come up with the design. But she did it. Okay. For Marika Tamaki's I Am Not Starfire, she's not the artist. She's the writer. But she got a self-insert. Same thing with this. Same thing with Kamala Khan. The self-insert is Sana Amanat, cousin of Huma Abedin, who is a member of both the I think she was a part of the Obama administration, a part of the Hillary campaign. And so that's why Marvel has been woke for a long time. That's why you had Obama and Spider-Man and all the other stuff. But anyways, Huma Abedin, not Huma Abedin, her cousin, Sana Amanat, she's the one inserting someone, but she's getting an artist to do it. So even though the artist is doing it, they're doing it at the behest of either the writer or in Amanat case, the exec. I think she's a vice president over there at Marvel. So the artists are doing what they're told. That's why we have the self-insert. So the young lady, Mohali Mashigo, who's the writer of this story with this woke looking strong black lesbian Captain America who gained weight in the design process. Make no mistake, that was at the behest, especially including the weight gain, because you can see it by, in the article. I'll show it again. She started off in the design process a lot more in shape, and then somewhere along the case gained about 30 pounds. That's at the behest of the writer. Just like Mariko Tamaki was, even though she didn't draw I Am Not Starfire, but you can see that penguin looking thing was her self-insert. Just like in Sana Amana and the case of Kamala Khan, just Kathleen Kennedy and Ray, she didn't actually act. I guess she did have something to do with the writing, whatever. But you get my drift. They do it at the behest of whoever told them. And one quick thing about the Mariko Tamaki thing. Did you know she wrote that story beforehand? Totally before she was even working at DC, and then when she wanted to publish it as its own story, she was told to basically add Starfire. So it was like, I want to do a story, and she's like, add one of our characters. We haven't done anything with Starfire. Make her the mom, and that's how it became what it was. So you got to keep that in mind. Yeah, she has a direct debit set up with such a deal though. Yeah, on behalf of Central Dildo, buzz, buzz, buzz. This is our class at Tifa High. They see. Okay, so Nacha Bustos was the artist. Go take a look at her pics. The art is more of a self-insert of her than the writer. But again, I disagree with that because they're using the artist to do what they want. But I will look at her, and it wouldn't shock me if she looks similar. But I will go ahead and take a look. You know what I mean? But yeah, the writer could just say, "Hey, draw a version of me." So let's see what Natasha Bustos looks like. Whatever her name is. Okay. Also, a young lady. She has the Vita Ayala thing going. So a little less self-insert because she looks like she doesn't eat everything. But she has to do the thing. I think this is the Dino Girl because she does that. That's her. She already has a self-insert. So this is her self-insert. She already has one. So she threw a bone to her homegirl to create one for her. That's my guess. You could be right, but yeah, she already has a self-insert. She does the dino, this devil dinosaur and whatever the hell it is. And she's in shape. And she's mad that one white boy didn't like her, so she hates all men. She's mad at the black guy that didn't like her and the white guy that didn't like her. So all men are trash today. But she's cute enough to forget about that if the right guy came along. She's in better shape than this lady, than Nisha on my belt. But no, I do see what you're saying. Where you say the artist insert, but no, I think the writer commissioned the artist to get the insert. And did she also write? I think she might have even wrote. No, they did something else because I see Mariko Tamaki. All these gals like each other. And I'm not gonna go. I was gonna say something else, but yeah, they commission the artists to get their self inserts on. Man, they don't have to be of the artist. They could be of the writer of somebody else with the company. Because I think this is a definitely made to resemble Mahali Mashigo, especially since she gained weight in the process. I'd cosplay that. Not sure what that was referring to. My 2-year-old grandson can draw better than the artwork. Yeah, I did end up showing the Battlefield trailer. Yeah. Oh, I remember this Captain Marvel art where it looks like Owen Wilson in cosplay. There's a legless pilot. There was a legless pilot in the Royal Air Force, World War II, Douglas Bader. But I can imagine there was men on the battlefield who maybe have down a limb, but a woman, yeah, absolutely not. And then that 70s rock fan, Dublin Snorter Poop is a childhood hero of that 70s rock fan, Douglas Bader. Shout out to Douglas Bader. So yeah, and this is where Gomer Kyle had to leave. And since your dildo did show up, we were talking so much about you. Oh man, you guys are talking. Man, I gotta read this guy's story. It sounds interesting. Douglas Bader. Hail Douglas Bader and hail since you dildo. Sup nerds. Yeah, we've been talking about you. Yeah, do you know this woman? Actually, let me get her creator. Because we were saying that, she may have been involved with sentient dildo, with a sentient dildo. Do you or any of your friends know Mahali Mashigo? I'll go ahead and say you probably do. She's the self-insert, in my opinion, only my opinion, of this Nichelle Wright character, this new Captain America that we should have known but we got triggered. That's fine. We gotta learn. Do you know this lady? Because I don't imagine. Like I said, maybe she sneaks out and says, "Okay, I'm not gonna be a lesbian for today." She lesbian today, and then I'm a girl tomorrow, and then I'm a girl today. Whatever. And she already had her self-insert. I think this is self-insert. But do you know this lady? Do you know this person, or do you know this character? Because we think this one leg is so you can be involved efficiently, so to speak. Women can be on the front line of war. They can do as many pull-ups as men. Oh no, the Army says they can't, have to lower the physical standard. Yeah. Hell for night, San Antonio. Sounds good. Appreciate you being here. As more people start to pile in, and a lot of people are in the chat. So I don't think I'll be able to read everybody. Mike Beat is back. Shout out to Mike Beat. It's supposed to be so the arm is a prosthetic arm. Wow, Chauvin was guilty. I'm shocked. So Chauvin did get found guilty, y'all, on all counts. I'm a little shocked but I'm not gonna care because the shit's a psyop. Buzz, buzz, buzz. Okay, buzz, buzz to you, Cincy Diddle, Cincy. Fake arm was based on an actual limb created in WW2, but never used in combat. I see. So there is some fictionalized cyberpunk 1942. Hell, guys, in there. Yeah, there is some cyberpunky fictionalized, but it apparently is something they came up with at the time, but not ever used in combat. Either way, it's very implausible. Yep, we were talking about you as mentioned. Yeah, because we were talking about you because of her. Got Zillionaire saying, hey, to Rajesh. You'd ever be told to be massful, mostly peaceful protests if he was acquitted. There's still going to be a lot of most peaceful protests, regardless. And hey, you kind of giving credence to what I'm talking about self-inserting. It was for another person. Wanted his daughter to be able to see representation in the game. Okay. And when she doesn't play the game because she doesn't give a fuck, then what? Or if she only plays the game to appease her father, then what? I was joking. Art imitates life. Life imitates art. It does. I did see Super League fell apart. I did see that. And I see all the people were happy. I'm not even that familiar with what was going on, but I just think it's funny that fell apart. And everyone's saying Buzz, hell might beat. Looks like Maxine didn't keep them quiet then. He's gonna appeal that. This isn't done, or they're gonna appeal that. And he's gonna have a chance to, especially with all the shit with Maxine and Falcon and Winter Soldier, all these depictions. He's gonna have a chance to appeal. But I don't give a fuck because fuck Derek Chauvin, fuck all of them, fuck the whole process that led to this division, that led to a bunch of people getting their shit burnt down. Fuck George Floyd, fuck his friends, fuck fentanyl, fuck the media, fuck the police, fuck the BLM, fuck anti-police, fuck all of it, fuck Antifa, fuck them all like you're fucking Amber Heard needing a movie role. Fuck them all, they can all suck dick. Probably already have. The Catwoman looks more like the artist, not the writer. You really think so? I almost was going to say a mix between the two when I saw the artist. Let's see. I think there's an argument to be made there, kind of a co-self. I feel like this is more of a self-insert of the artist, not Natasha Bustos, than this. But if you really look, because their complexion looks like it's in between both of their complexions. She's chunkier like her with the dreads. But, I think there's a kind of a mix. Now that I think about it, I think it's kind of a mix of a self-insert. And then remember, she gained weight along the process. She was a little skinnier and got fatter when she actually got released. So who knows? The whole point is, it's just some woke garbage. It was a trigger, and we should have ignored it. I guess we could debate who's the insert, but yeah. Captain Britain, as he turns into a woman. Captain Russia probably still has his balls. I think they're emasculating Captain Russia and what the fuck is the Black Widow? They're gonna mask him. So no, I mean, he'll have his balls, but he'll be a cut. Only Captain China is allowed to be masculine, and stop Asian hate. Don't criticize the CCP, even though you care. Even if you care about the actual people of the country, no. Don't criticize that oppressive government who's oppressing not just those people, but people in other lands, including this one. Because if you hate that government that hates all of humanity, apparently you're an Istafo. And Mike Beat with the Duck Hunt avatar saying hi to everybody. Despite Super League failure, the rich clubs will continue to run the games, get richer at the expense of the smaller clubs. Similar things happen in the NBA with all these super teams, where basically, and we saw in Detroit, we had fucking Blake Griffin play trash for us for a year, then he goes on fucking winning team, and all of a sudden he's jumping out the gym again. It's like, why do we have our team if our team only serves to feed better teams? And that's something I have to deal with. In Russia, superhero does not have balls. Balls has him. She has the crazy hair. Yeah, Pablo Hidalgo had 4 self-inserts in Star Wars lore. Yeah. So who knows? And guys, everyone united, stop it. Action comics by vegans. They know about fighting in a war. Yeah. I was self-insert, but there's already a cartoon series called We Bear Bears. Is that good? Is that good? We Bear Bears, and Cincha Diddle says he knows all women. I can imagine. I can confess to being moderately involved in the local steampunk community. Well, that's pretty cool. Shout out to steampunk. Does Greta have a self insert? How dare you? I don't have that soundbite. I need to have that. Should have just been able to click it right then and there. She hasn't written anything yet. There will be mostly peaceful riots. CNN says it's all time. Yeah. Appeal is definitely going to happen. Yeah, but fuck them all. All of these motherfuckers are involved with destroying your freedom, so they can all eat my balls. That's literally it. Yeah. Fuck them all. Let God sort it out. That's what we gotta do. We can't. What are we gonna do? Because literally, somebody said, well, it's a precedent thing, and that's fair. That's a very fair argument in logical times. The precedent of if you feel that Derek Chauvin have been prosecuted on minimal evidence or overcharged, whatever it is, and you don't want that precedent to go on, that's understandable. But the fact of the matter is, if you are going to be charged for a crime for the state, they're going to do whatever kangaroo court shit they want to. If they want to make it illegal to exist without getting the jab step, then that's what they're going to do, and you're going to have to fight them regardless. This is not going to impact your life unless you let it, and that's going to be the thing. So bonjour. Shout out to Molten Onka. I'm from Detroit. I speak a little Francais. Oui. Okay. Let's see. I gotta skip. I speak French. Hello. Hell. Like I said, I'm from Detroit. I'm currently in North Carolina, but I'm from Detroit. I speak a little French. Excuse my French. We have an angry sheep in the chat. Finally, the Ovine community has representation. We have an angry sheep. See the angry sheep. How can a captain who eats the most soil be the most masculine bizarre world? Yeah. Dildo, I don't know, want to know, need to know where you have been. Unless she's hot, then maybe. We might say inside and out. Smart man, Mike. Yeah, I can imagine. Omelette du fromage. 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 I know that's not how you pronounce it. Sorry. I saw one of the early episodes of We Bear Bears. It was kind of cute, but not sure how involved. Had a grizzly, a polar, and a panda. You were represented. Good to see you represented. Also, we're at the end. Brutal. But yeah, as far as the Chauvin thing, it'll be appealed, and I think we'll have I kind of always thought if he got convicted, it would be less stuff burnt. Maybe they'll just keep the burnings. Antifa will only, the organization that's funded by, whoever it's funded by. I'm not going to even allege, but that is funded outside Antifa, BLM. Maybe they will coordinate their efforts to only burn down Minnesota instead of every single city in the country. So we'll see. But yeah, otherwise, how everyone's doing, we're actually doing good, Molten and Colera, because we're not gonna let them win anymore. We're not gonna let them win. We're not gonna be triggered by this shit. We can argue about who self-insert is. It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter what her name is. At least it's not this. We're not gonna be triggered by this shit anymore. We're not gonna be triggered by shit like this. We're not going to be triggered by Chauvin. We're not going to be triggered by these self-inserts or whatever the fuck. We're not going to be triggered by this new woke garbage. We're done. We're not going to be triggered by fucking girls in combat in the 1940s with prosthetic cyber arms. We're done. We're going to focus on the good when it happens. If they do come out with something new, good, cool. Like I want to see this Batman thing. Cool. I want to see how the Batfleck works. But we're not going to be triggered, man. We're doing good on this side. I knew a bunch of angry sheep back in Scotland. We're not going to take it. No, we're not going to take it. We're not going to take it anymore. I don't know if I'm going to get copyright strike. I pray that is no, that's bad enough not to. Yeah, fun. I think there is some, but not much as far as Antifa in Florida and Texas. Even places like Utah, I think some of the major cities have them. A lot of major cities have them. Yeah. Oh, man. Yeah, that's so disturbing, man. And it's what is that dumb over collegiate gender studies major that I don't major in, don't make no money as bitch say. when they were doing that shit in the Magnificent Mile. This is reparations. No, it's not, you dumb bitch. Fuck you for thinking so less of your own people, man. You want us all to be criminals and shit and just steal shit because we too broke. We's too broke. We's too dumb. We's don't even have ID. Fuck you, bitch. I'm not about to start for money because I'm still trying to, grind. Might skip Minnesota, go to Kenosha, burn it, try to prove their influence like old mobsters and protection money. Never forget, and you can check my old videos. A lot of that Kenosha shit, they were burning down black and brown neighborhoods. Black and brown neighborhoods. I showed that in the old video. I may even pull it up just to show y'all. So yeah, hell, Ironcaster. Finish up my stream and coming back. I know he had a stream. What'd you talk about on your stream, Ironcaster? Somebody just told me about the Chauvin shit. Whatever. Effing Sheep Shacker, the 70s. Me too. Thank you for being so welcoming. Yeah. Definitely welcome. Oh, yeah, that's what they say, the sheep, because you have the sheep avatar and with the cool glasses. Glad, man. Glad. I appreciate you being here. I'm not sure if you're new. I haven't seen you before. I'm not sure if Comics Division brought you here or Gary. I was just on a member stream and he put that on his channel. It was really cool. I tried to, usually those member streams are really relaxed. I was like, oh man, I got to treat this like, a real stream. Be professional and shit. But Gary's the coolest man on earth. There's some Antifa in Florida, not many. Florida man keeps running them over. And not only that, man, Florida with all those Cubans and Venezuelans, the last thing they want to hear is some fucking actual organized communist groups. Try that Antifa shit here in Jayville. I think you're talking about Jacksonville. Shit got shut down real fast. I can believe it. Fuck. If you remember, that shit got shut down in a lot of black neighborhoods, which I don't know which type of neighborhood, but like they tried this shit in Chicago. They got the Magnificent Mile, but I want to say, was it Harvey? One of those cities out there. And Antifa got into it with a community leader, and Antifa, that could have been real ugly. Let's just put it like that. They almost got burnt down trying that shit because that's what people don't realize. That the big misnomer, again, everybody's supposed to get a narrative. You think these people are tearing down their own cities. They are not. They are from out of town, traveling in these U-Hauls and these other vehicles who are packed filled with equipment, packed filled with shit. I am going to probably show a couple of my old videos just to show different clips of things. You can see them organizing shit in Kenosha. You can see them doing this. And then you think, oh, these people burned down their own city. No, they're from out of town. They're from Portland. They're from Seattle. And that's been proven. And even when this first happened, the mayor of St. Paul said most of the arrests are from people outside of the state of Minnesota. They were not locals rioting initially. They almost never are. Hopefully they don't get Paisley Park. That's Prince's old mansion. I've been wanting to go there since he was alive. Since first knew it exists. It's one of the best looking studios and best studios as far as equipment and everything. It's a beautiful studio. I hope it doesn't get touched. And they're gonna try to burn down everything. Guy saying what's up to the main homie, the big homie Ironcaster. Yeah, we are very welcome. We listen. If you thought you were weird just being a sheep, we have a polar bear, a sentient dildo, and Robert can shapeshift. So like we have robots. I don't know if we have robots. Do we have a robot? We have a lot of shit here. Oh, that's what you were talking about was robots. Transformers. Yeah, Ironcaster has the best Transformer collection, man. At least that I'm sure it's, probably others, but he has a lot of cool stuff as far as Transformers and wandered a bit. Dope. Yeah, it's the adrenaline from fear. That's not a joke, man. Not to go Alex Jones, because I won't eat my neighbor's ass unless she's cute. She's got to be cuter than Nichelle to get her ass ate. I'll tell you that. Maybe, right here she doesn't look too bad before they fatten her up. Love sign waving the cartoons. They told me not to chase the other chatters and eat them. Yeah, don't eat the other chatters. Glenzer. I like that. If Tifa from Final Fantasy VII has any nieces and nephews, that will make her Aunt Tifa. And in fact, because she has little orphanage and Advent children. I think they do call her Auntie. So she is Antifa. How about that? Yep, they're bussed and gassed, paid for by donations from their Patreon accounts or just the organization at large. And then so is their bail and their charges are dropped by the same thing. I mean, this is it. You know what it is with all of this shit? With all of this shit we be talking about.
Truth is, the game was rigged from the start.
And we have to keep that in mind. These games are rigged from the start. But the Biden was against busing only when it means that what did he call us? Jungle somethings? Whatever the fuck he called us. But remember this. Remember there were black men crying because we got Joe Biden. Oh my God, racial justice is solved. This man who incarcerated more black people than anyone and hates us and is constantly said it in all these different ways. He's president, said the guy who gave us the lowest unemployment rate since before socialism destroyed the black community in the 60s. Wow. Locals only tend to riot when the home team wins. Yeah, that's the only time you can get a local riot out of anybody. Let their team win the championship. That's it. He's going down. Oh, man. Hell, Batman. I am vengeance. Oops, this is not a live DC. Sorry. No, I love, even though you're sparkly Batman. I'm a Batman fan. I love the Batman. Like the cartoon, the Batman is dope. I guess God intended. Oh boy, talked about the writers. Think Grin and Kuma comes. Yeah, he's a finished demon. You're right. You have a finished demon. Oh, more than just Transformers, Gundam bots. I think I'm gonna turn it into Mecha Monday. I like that. And you know what? Fucking Brightest Day is determined to get me back into. I didn't back in the 90s. We didn't call it Gunpla because we didn't know about it. It was just Gundam. But yeah, I had quite a few Gundams. I don't know what happened to him, but I used to build them. He's determined to get me back into him. Don't tell me you've never been tempted over the Wally side, dildo. You know the thing, leader of the free world, freeder of the lead world, whatever I'm saying. New Vegas, yeah, New Vegas. Uncle Joe. Oh, Kamala, incarcerating black men, keeping them in there longer just to keep her stats right. Yeah. Fucking her way to the position. That's exactly what I want a generation of young black girls to think. Hey, if you fuck enough random people, maybe you could be the president of the United States. I tried Corn Pop Cinema. Wasn't so tough. What was Biden talking about? Corn Pop was a bad dude. I hate N-words. If you didn't vote Biden and you ain't black enough, y'all ain't black enough, so vote for Biden and eat Caribbean food. Yeah. There you go. I like big bots, and I cannot lie. That was great. That there are high quality dad jokes, there are low quality dad jokes. That's a high quality one. I like big bots, and I cannot lie. I'm a fan of. Lots of black Americans voted for Biden, mostly dead. Such was the appeal. 81 million votes sound right to you. No, it does not. I did not. I voted Orange Man. I'm not that proud because I think the Orange Man helps the PSYOP. I wish there was a candidate that was neither of them, but he was a lot better than fucking Biden. A lot better. Humans are just brains in a skeleton mech with meat armor. There's one way of looking at it. And the Batman is still here, protecting us. Hail Batman. Hail Robert. I think he's talking to Robert, not Robert Pattinson, who's also here. We appreciate it. Yeah, Headboard Harris. Headpiece Harris. Kamala Harris. Yeah. Yep. Okay. We're going to talk about something positive, man. Xi Jinping and Putin, maybe. Oh, it's Bruce. Just Bruce. Yeah, you're Bruce Wayne. I'm sorry. Wait, shouldn't you? You know what? I can't even say anything because in the Justice League, he just let the whole city know he was Bruce Wayne and Batman. But let's talk about something positive. Still can't stand Camel. Yeah, I can't stand Camel to Horace either. But let's talk. We talked about negative, talked about woke things. Here's a white person actually helping a black person without any political strings attached. A Texas homeless man gets a job and a fresh start after a stranger's act of kindness. An act of compassion from a total stranger completely changed the course of one homeless man's life. A few months ago, Kenneth Smith was in a chair outside of a Fort Worth Outback steakhouse, hungry, half asleep. A woman leaving the restaurant approached him and asked if he was okay. She asked me if I'm all right, and I told her no, I'm not okay at this time. She gave him $100 gift card to buy dinner. While sitting in the booth, Smith met the restaurant's managing partner, Laura Hodges. I said, hey, I don't ever want you to want for food or go hungry. I want you to always have somewhere you can go and get a warm meal. Here's my business card. Bring it up anytime. And last month, Hodges hired Smith to bus tables at the restaurant, but Smith still needed needed help finding a place to stay. So Hodges posted on the Fort Worth Foodies Facebook page asking if anyone knew a motel with affordable rates. Instead, generous commenters have now paid for 6 weeks at an extended stay hotel and have donated $2,200 along with bike, clothing, and kitchen items and groceries. So they're giving this guy a fresh start. I think it's much of a good blessing. It's wonderful to have people help you these days. He's saving up money for a car, then a home. One day hopes to own his own food service business. This is a whole new beginning the guy's blessed me with, so I'm trying to get on this right track. And right track that he wants me to stay on. And all started with a stranger and $100 gift card. I wish we could find her and know who she was because she blessed both of our lives. It's been a great thing for both of us, referring to him and obviously the what's her name? Lauren. I'm blown away by the generosity of people. It is amazing. Yeah, it is. And it should be said, he has a job. He did get donations, but what he got was a job and a place to stay to get himself on the feet and a few, supplies. But there are things that he still has to work on, and he's grateful. He's gratitude, and maybe because he's from a different generation. If you gave a kid now, I gotta still work. No, that's what he wants: an opportunity to work and take care of himself. That woman cared. What should be called a Karen? I don't know. It depends if it's politically convenient. Yeah. You guys talking about the party system. Let me let's see what you guys are talking about. Voting POTUS has been to choose the lesser of two evils far too long. The two-party system needs to go. Absolutely. And I am with Eric July. I think the federal government as it currently stands needs to be abolished and restarted. And there could be mutual defense. And I think it's necessary because this threat is foreign-based, in my opinion. Foreign-based and foreign banker funded, as far as all of the shit we have going on. I think a lot of it's coordinated. And I think this two-party system adds into it. The Republicans serve no purpose, man. A lot of people are still rooting for them. I couldn't tell you why. They haven't done shit but bend over and roll over. They are of no use to any of us. And Senator Dildo brings up a great point. Democracy cannot work without an informed populace. No, do y'all think the populace is very informed? They're intentionally misinformed and misled by the propaganda wing of everything. Yeah, to tell the truth, I too am expecting Shang Chi this year. I kind of like Shang Chi. I like that trailer. I played it earlier, Batman. So you already missed that part. But I like the trailer. I talked about how woke the guy was. I still don't know why him not liking Nicki Minaj music had to be deleted. But I'm not really, big on Marvel, and I really hope they focus on the martial arts section and not the Marvel garbage. Cuber. Yeah, bless her indeed, and good luck to him. Yeah. As the late great Foghorn Leghorn said, nice folks, the populace, but dumber than a box of rocks. Yeah, they are. President Ripper 2024. I've tried to donate to his campaign. He's not running. And fuck Republicans. I couldn't agree more. Someone actually doing something good, as it should be. Voluntary goodwill is always more effective than government intervention. Absolutely. This volunteer helping him out, this Laura Hodges, who was just somebody, she's a managing partner. She had to employ somebody. There's a risk at employing this guy, but she did it. She employed this guy who was homeless. We don't know how he got there. Homelessness is something that's going to affect a lot of us with the way that the taxes and the housing costs and all the crash of the dollar. In my opinion, they're trying to make more of us homeless. And so she helped him, and she helped him by giving him a job, by the way. So he can help work himself up. And he already has aspirations like, yeah, I'm gonna work and get a food service business. And he's even thinking entrepreneurial. This is what every part of this. I'm not trying to tell people how to think, but this is in line with your best bet, so to speak. We can help ourselves a lot better than the government can help us. And I'm glad you kind of mentioned that. I haven't brought up my man Drew Taylor. I'm not sure where I know he had he's trying to get a new computer, and I had that a few days ago, and I forgot to toss that in here. I'm gonna check my Twitter where I tweeted about. I'm not sure where he is with that. And I just got to follow on D Live. Shout out to Beekander Theek. I appreciate you there. I'm not sure if you're still watching, but thank you, man. Let me where's this comment? Take this comment. I'm gonna vent for myself while I try to find Drew Taylor or see what he's doing on Twitter. Supreme Heretic, a part of this community. We can do a better job than going through the government system. Think about the story we talked about with this homeless brother. Let's say he goes through the government system. He goes, finds a homeless shelter, which there are very few from him. Finds a homeless shelter, has to live by their rules. Maybe they impact his ability to get a job, and maybe they impact his living expenses. Maybe he has to deal with whatever situation, other people there. Maybe somebody robs him. All this other stuff if he goes through the government. But a few people on Facebook put him in way better position. A manager at a restaurant, a few people on Facebook put him in an infinitely better position. An infinitely better position than the government can ever hope to. And all those so-called bleeding heart liberals who think you don't care about people. No, bitch, it's because I do. It's because I do. And I don't believe that the government cares about people. Why should I give my money to a government and tell them what to do when I can do better with it? And I can do more help with it. And in that same vein, as I still look, I'm so boomer when it comes to this damn Twitter. Because I don't tweet that much. Shouldn't be that many tweets for me to find. Jeez. Where is it? Okay, here it is. Here we go. Supreme Heretic to get a new computer. So I'm not sure. And it helps his mom. I know his mom is struggling too. It helps both of them. So I'm putting their link in the chat. Please, if you can. I'm not sure if my man Ogre Squash, if you're listening, you always give that great super chat. If you plan on it, don't give it to me. Give it to my man, Drew Taylor, the Supreme Heretic. Help him out. If you do show up, or if anybody wants to give money instead of giving it to me for this show, please toss it to my man Drew. We can help each other better than anyone can help us, than the government can help us. And that's what this last story I just covered prove. Shout out to this brother Kenneth Smith. Shout out to Laura Hodges. Shout out to everybody who didn't think about race or politics or all the other dumb shit and just thought about, here's a human in need, and here's a human who wants to help himself. Let's put him in a position to help himself. And I wish him the best going forward. Wish him the best. Let's see what we got going on. So they said fuck Republicans, of course. Someone actually doing yeah. Vote for Snorter Pooper's Q Burn. I won't eat your pets. That's a pretty solid proposition. Good for them both. Fuck the red, fuck the blue. Don't rep colors. Yeah, it's gang shit, and there's a reason red and blue is used. Those are houses and the Freemasonry, by the way. That's why the same for the gangs, because yes, the gangs do have a lot of things have origin in the Masons and the naughty, so to speak. And as soon as I mention them, as soon as I mention them, the connection fucks up. I see how it is. And now Batman's left, but we have Groot. I wonder who that is. You need to start vetting the local level of government and keep them accountable. That's way more. Yes, Jens. This is going to be the most effective way of keeping your government in check. It's not going to be, oh man, well, what if Trump runs in 2024? Who gives a fuck about that orange motherfucker? He didn't give a shit about selling you out on the 6. He couldn't even have a fucking barricade for you, and you care about that motherfucker. Yet this motherfucker Trump was able to organize fucking rallies all across the country in multiple states, but couldn't put up a fucking barricade on the 6. Get the fuck out of here. I refuse to believe that shit. No, sorry, I'm Vin Diesel. Okay, Groot. Whatever you are, whoever you say you are. President Dildo and VP Snortopoopas Q Burr. I'm with that. With that ticket. Can't be any worse than the dildos running Washington now. Agreed. It's a deal. He'll win the women's vote. Yeah, dildo supremacy. I think dildos are some of the most popular things on the planet right about now. The local level is where to start. You can get in front of those people, directly challenge them, and make a difference. That's what my man Jake D did. On a lot of this mass shit going on in the Austin area. I can't remember the city exactly, but he went to the city council. You got to do that. We should just vote for our favorite hedge fund manager. That's what we're doing. Or the very favorite hedge fund puppet. Will you pull out NATO president Ascension Dildo? We need to know. I live in Arizona, land of the snowbird, 6-month residents that decide every election. Total joke. That's crazy. That's crazy. What heretic? LOL. Yeah, Supreme Heretic. Drew Taylor. He's part of the community. If you can support him, please do. Please do. If you're not familiar, he writes for Bounding in the Comics. He has his own channel. He's a cool dude. And he's Asian, so if you need a person of color, which I hate that term, non-white person to support, you need some SJW cred, I guess. I don't know. You can do that. But no, outside, he's a really good dude. He's a really cool dude. Jess, I promise absolutely nothing. Will deliver on my promises. Hey, I appreciate the honesty. Will you withdraw? Okay. God, Miller. Oh, man, we got some CNN coverage for you, buddy. That's a manifesto I can believe in since you did, though. Change is coming to America. Buzz, buzz, buzz. Hi, Melissa. Hell, Melissa. Hello, Melissa, says Snortopoopas. Officers remove nosy ones immediately. Uh-oh. Wait, women can vote? What type of madness is this? Yeah, it's not the 20s. Well, it is the 20s, but it's not the early 20s and like 1920s anymore. Speaking of women, here's an inspiring story by a strong woman. This Japanese swimmer beats leukemia and qualifies for the Summer Olympics. Japanese swimmer Rikako Iki, and I apologize if I mispronounced her name or his name. I think it's her. I'm sorry. I apologize. Pretty diesel. Has qualified for the 2021 Olympics just 2 years after she was diagnosed with leukemia. Thought it was, but just that collarbone situation. But no, I'm not making fun of the person. He surprised leukemia. That's incredible. Kiki will be competing in the 4x100 medley relay after winning the women's 100-meter butterfly in Japan's national championships. She was overcome with tears and water after the race. ESPN reported, "I was not expecting to win the 100 meters at all. I was feeling far less confident than during the Olympic qualifiers 5 years ago. Thought I wouldn't be able to win for a long time, but I trained hard to win. And in the end, I came in the race telling myself, I'm back. And so I feel that even if you go through suffering and pain, your hard work will always be rewarded." In February 2019, Aiki, who competed in the 2016 Olympics at 16, she was young, sent shockwaves to the international swimming community when she announced she was about to begin treatment for leukemia. After chemotherapy and a stem cell transplant, Aiki returned to the pool March 2020. But was discouraged by her reduction in physical fitness. And I can also imagine being actually, one of the few people, I say few, but, we talk about the coof and how a lot of it is psyop. But if you're somebody with a disorder like that, I can imagine you being a lot more concerned about that sort of thing. But she was able to put it through whatever. And she said, I think my swimming ability has returned to about the level my second year junior high, she told the Kyoto News last summer. Wow. Despite her initial concerns, Iki rapidly regained muscle mass and returned to competition in August 2020. I'm not gonna infer how that could have happened. Just note my earlier mistakes and make your own interpretations. But to be fair, she wouldn't be competing against people who aren't in a similar position. So I'm just going to say that much because I still think it's an inspiring story. I just have to be fair for all intents and purposes. Her goal was only to prepare for the 2024 Olympics in Paris. She had downplayed her chances for her home Olympics. In the end, I went into the race thinking, I'm home, I belong here, Aki told the Olympic Channel. So, my own theories and looking at a young, picture of her younger, and looking at it now, I'll let you guys come up with the theories on what may have happened, why her muscle mass returned so quickly. But all that aside, it's an inspiring story. And it's a story about hard work. It's a story. The last two positive stories have been about people who work hard and it pays off. And there's something to be said about that. See what you guys are talking about. Let's see. It says Orange Man has to be careful about talking on deep state, CCP, globalist, Marxist. He's a man. I don't know. I'm not an Orange Man guy, even though I voted for the motherfucker. I think a lot of shit he talks is to make that shit like the point of the Orange Man, in my interpretation, was to make sure that anything in the conservative space, anything in the common sense space was tainted. So if you believe in capitalism, it's because you're a white supremacist, and that would have never happened. That leap could have never been possible if not for the Orange Man. So I think he says things, even if they're true, to make it so anyone believes that is crazy. And that the gaslighting, he's contributed to the cultural gaslighting. Rather that's because it's been programmed and intended that way, or that's the way the media spins them. That's for you to interpret. But that's my big criticism of the Orange Man. Had to check. I already subbed to Heretic. It's getting it's getting hard to remember things, and it is 420. And I guess the Olympics are going ahead. I'm sure. Oh boy, that's a strong whammon. But Japanese people are racist. Are they? Oh yeah, because they make anime, and anime cares about content and canon, and those are racist. The election of Censure Dildo will be a slippery slope, just a tip of the violation that will follow. I agree with that. Just not just no Richard, that 70s rock fan. Why do all of our leading polls have to be in their late 70s? I know a lot of younger ones are dumber than hell, but still, there has to be someone out there without 1 foot in the grave. I agree with that. Because that's by design. The globalists know they'll listen. 70s, you want to end up in a re-education camp. There's nothing to stop that, bro. Olympics in China, World Cup in Qatar. Yeah, people complain about Georgia. Yeah, very true. Very true. And again, they're fucking, the idea that me needing ID, and I'm too stupid to have an ID is ridiculous because I'm black. Oh, we need your position on lithium batteries. Yeah, that's an important position, Senshin Dildo. Okay, you can cycle HGH and growth hormone without popping positive on an Olympic test. And I'm sure that's by design because make no mistake, they do want people who are enhanced. That's why I don't want to be too hard on this young lady. Because there's no way if she did something special, there's no way she's the only person. No way in the world. So I can't really get too hard on her. That's par for the course. That's par for the course. It's like drinking water in the Olympics. I mean, what are you going to do? Yeah. Tonight on 2020, intimate chat with Cincha Dildo. Barbara Waters. I'm sorry, bro. Lithium mining is terrible for our environment, so I support it wholeheartedly. Buzz, buzz, buzz. Okay. We know his positions. I think the Olympics are in Japan. The solar panels are being made in China, where they do a lot of concentration. And remember, these are okay, but if Georgia wants a law to for the integrity of voting, is a problem. Even though Coca-Cola apparently walked that back because they were one of the many companies all against Georgia, but they're sick of that. When I hear Orange Man, I think Lionel and the Thing, Ben Grimm. Shout out to both of those characters. Dildo inserts his opinion tonight at 9. Someone needs to ask Cinchin Dildo the probing questions. Fuck around and find out, you pleb. I love this. I'll do the probing around here, you peasant. Okay. Pretty sure Cinchin Dildo has only one position on everything. And yes, Barry Bonds deserves to be in the Hall of Fame. Listen, every fucking pitcher he was going against was on steroids. Let's keep it a buck. That was such a gaslighting thing. The idea that, Barry Bonds, he's a black eye in a baseball game. Bullshit. You want to know who's a black eye on a game of baseball? Babe fucking Ruth. He fucked kids. He's still in the Hall of Fame, but Barry Bonds isn't. I don't think Roger Clemens is either. And even what the other Kurt Schilling's not in the Hall of Fame because he's a conservative. But fucking Babe Ruth, they've never canceled. Because you know why? Because in this industry, in the entertainment sphere, which sports is a part of, and to the elites, fucking kids is not even a big deal. Fuck them. It's such a deal with all those peasants. Yeah, look at Lance Armstrong in the Tour de France. He gets caught, but many stay all. Yes, so many other people got caught at the same time. It's like, no, what he did was still incredible because he was on steroids, but everyone else was too. So no, I'm not gonna. No, it was still impressive. He was competing against an even playing field. That's bullshit. And David Ortiz, yeah, he did get caught for PEDs, and they down when it's somebody they like, whether it was David Ortiz, Andy Pettit, there's a few guys who got caught and they just brush it under the rug. Brush it under the rug. Since Barry deserves to be in the Steroids Hall of Fame, the actual Hall of Fame already has steroids users in it. That's just the reality. Barry Bonds belongs in the Hall of Pain and the Hall of Fame. Dildo power. Since Dildo has at least 3 positions. Tickle, woo, and oh fucking god. Stupid humans. Oh yeah. Maybe we shouldn't, but I'm rethinking this ticket. One more positive story, then we're gonna get out of here. We've gone almost 2.5 hours, closer to 3. It'd be nice if this happened to me. I'm streaming now. I don't have no one, but there's a few people here. And actually a little less than what it usually is. Maybe just because I've been inactive. Hopefully it'll grow back. But a guy on Twitch playing guitar for 0 people had his stream rated by crypto people, which is a weird headline. Ends up with over 85K. This Twitch streamer, it looks like shout out to Cameron Ferguson. He's playing guitar to literally no people, had one of the craziest nights of his life after crypto fanatics randomly showed up to the chat. First off, crypto, I'm trying to do this crypto thing. I should have sold a lot of it on Friday because it's now taking a bath. I'm still up, but it's nerve-wracking. Anyways, on April 15th, Cameron Ferguson was playing his guitar on Twitch, and his girl's kind of cute. When the user named Kobe arrived unexpectedly, turns out Kobe hosts a show called Up Early and was searching for small streamers and stumbled across Ferguson playing music and decided to raid him. We raiding. So Kobe. Kobe instructed Ferguson to create a Twitter account, get on a cryptocurrency app Blockfolio, and put his address in his bio so others could donate to him. Then the money started to roll in. Very grateful Ferguson confessed he had no idea what was going on. After the marathon 5-hour stream, Ferguson wrapped over $85K in donations. After the stream ended, Cameron posted his first ever tweet, thanking everyone for their support. Thank you. At Up Only TV and everyone who's joined for one of the craziest nights of my life. This belongs in my first tweet ever. Sincerely hope that this thanks reaches you, everyone who tuned in tonight. And if I don't get back to you, apologies. I'm overwhelmed. Thank you. So really cool story. Shout out to Cameron Ferguson. It's the dream of any streamer to just get 85K in one stream, especially a stream where nobody was make him install Blockfolio and give him 2,000. Nobody was watching, and then they gave him a lot of money. Yeah, the swings are really wild in crypto, Rajesh. Really wild. A little hard to stomach. Yeah, and Sammy Sosa and Mike McGuire both juiced beyond belief. Yeah. Whether in the Southwest mine for lithium or not won't stop the CCP mining the shit out of that stuff. Yeah, very true. And most of the environmental issues are from the CCP. They always blame us. Oh, what about your carbon footprint? What about theirs, motherfucker? Will you say something about this country ever? No, you gotta stop Asian hate. Sorry, doing multiple voices. I'm sounding crazy. Everybody MLB knew, but the ratings and money overruled ethics back then. Yes, everybody fucking knew. Everybody fucking knew. And they weren't the only ones either. They weren't the only ones, but they made a lot of fucking money. And let's just be honest. The steroid era, I'm going to just say it. The steroid era was better. It was better to fucking watch. That's just a reality. But that's it. And that's it for the show. It's been a really good show. I appreciate everyone being here. Yeah, just looking at the rookie picks versus the home gears night and day. Yeah. Well, I will say Mark McGuire was pretty big as a rookie. Even Sosa had some weight. They're both pretty big rookies, but not nearly the size they were later on in their career. Not that the sun is going down. I think I can appear for the last bit of this. But it is the end. It's the end of the show. This is the first show in a couple of weeks. And so a little lower turn out, but I appreciate everyone being here. We need to go back to SNL's All Drug Olympics. There's an argument for that. Besides that 70s Rock fan, Rajesh, they should force him to take steroids. I don't know about that, but they should be more lenient because it's already out there. Pretty much every sport. Shout out to Rajesh, that 70s Rock fan, New Bomb Turk, Cinch Dildo, Glenzer. Who else was here earlier? Snow the Poopus, obviously, Q Burr. Shout out to Robert, and he was also Batman. And Groot, who was Vin Diesel. Melissa, shout out to Melissa. The French, I can't remember the French. Mike Beat, he's not French. At least I don't think he is. Who's the French person who showed up? I don't know. They're too far back. Ironcaster. A lot of people showed up. A lot of people came and went. Just like, I can't think of a celebrity to call a thought real quick. Whichever one. Strength and honor, everyone. Oh, Batman wasn't you. Oh, man. Who the hell was Batman? Guess no one will know. Strength and honor, everyone. Oh, yeah. Rest in peace, Lyle Zato. He died long ago. He was a steroids guy. Too many steroids. I think people like him died. So the modern era could use steroids in a safe way. And yes, all of these modern athletes are on juice. But that's neither here nor there. Strength and honor to everybody in the chat. Everybody have a great night. If you're watching this on the replay and you made it through this whole video, you're a trooper and I love you for it. If you like the video, please like the video. If you're so obliged to share and subscribe, please do so. And even if you do none of these things, thank you for watching. Thank you for your time. And God bless. I appreciate it. Peace.